Good morning, chat. Or good evening. Sorry, I've had nothing but lack of sleep today. And now I have to buy Beckett time while he's in the shower, prepping himself in the powder room. So, I'm going to go on a small rant. Little tiny rant. Also, welcome to the many fresh faces of this channel. We got Ice Beans from Twitch. I love her content and how much she fucks up in Dark Souls. One of my favorite things to watch. Purple Paw Prince, I've seen around in Beckett's server a lot. Welcome, Transfemcell, and congratulations on making mod, because as much as people say you're fucking insane, you at least know how to moderate shit properly. And you also know how to put Hayes in his place if necessary, which is great. I love that. Don't take that as like this despising you, Ice Beans. I love watching people mess up. It's fun because it's like it's the state of innocence of it is what makes it so good. Welcome Eli, welcome Sage, welcome Hayes, welcome Carmen Does Stuff. I've never seen that name before. Unfamiliar. And welcome Yamato. And to anybody who watches this VOD in the future, Hayes always runs from Skyrats. So we're gonna talk about a little thing that's going on right now, and it's got me a little miffed before we get on to our scheduled programming. I have with us a fun little thing here. Also, this is a rare occurrence, by the way. You guys are getting a special treat for today's thing, because I only do this on special occasions. So everybody get hyped. Everybody get hyped. This is a special occasion. This does not happen very often. You guys are getting webcam. Now you know what I look like, and everyone's going to dox me within at least 24 hours. Yes, this is the man that has been terrorizing Beckett's chat for years, and who has also terrorized Corantos as well. Anyways, as you can see, my room is pretty fucking abysmal. Not a lot in the back, except for this. Let me grab it. I don't want to like walk all over my bed. Ow! Fucking come on! All right. Today we're going to be talking about something that has to do with this. Do you guys know what this is? You guys, just like take a quick guess what this is. Anybody? Anybody in chat? Anybody in chat? Weiss Beans. Display. You can't see it? It's up here. It's in the cam. Look at it. It's glossed. It's beautiful. She-Hulk? No. Yes, Warhammer 40k related. Thank you, Yamato. I knew you guys were fucking with me. Anyways, I'll put this back up. And then I'll have to fix it later. So if it's crooked, you guys are going to have to deal with it, because I'm not fixing it until after stream. All right. So, Warhammer has recently announced that female custodes are going to be a thing. That's tiny as fuck. That was the largest size they had. That was the largest size they had. Don't fucking shame the size. Yeah, no, I don't have a big room. Most of it is my bed. All that over here is bullshit. All right? Evan looks like white diesel. Don't fucking say that! Because now Bunk's going to be like, oh, I have 2 diesel friends now. You have a small window? Oh, I do have a small... Well, the reason why I have a small window is because of, you know, we're going to be reacting to something special today. We'll get into that. Calm down. We're going to get into it. Everybody? All right? So, now everybody will argue about the whole female space marine shit. I honestly don't care if they want to have women in certain aspects of the game. What I care about is writing. And the Warhammer official and even the newest codex, which I hate, is like, oh yeah, female custodes have been around for 10,000 years, ever since the first. And it's like, well, why haven't they been mentioned? And one of the biggest contractors to this debate is this tweet right here. The memes keep flowing. There was never any lore of custodes being female crowd. Sanguinius himself pointing out that there are women among the Adeptus Custodes. And then, you know, oh, we're just going to ignore that. And what's got me really fucking pissed off is that is the first sign of a tourist. These people are so brain inept that they have literally not even a day, not even a couple days after the female custodes are announced, they have immediately forgot about the Sisters of Silence, who have always aided the custodes ever since the custodes were made. So now there's a huge overlap, and now people are going, well, you basically just fucked over the Sisters of Silence. And this book came out before this retconning, but people will use this as an argument. Do not let them fool you. They are liars and thieves. All right, now that that little rant is over, now we're going to get into the big meat and potatoes of what we're doing here today. Not me ranting about dumb shit. About, you know, nerdy shit. Now, this is an analog horror by the name of Winter of 83. Now, if you look over on the little left over here, what's that? What's that little guy over here? What's that name? Can you guys read that? Linkara, atop the fourth wall. Huh. I swear we've done something about this guy before. In the Schmuckleheads podcast, which is currently on hiatus until we can get some shit figured out. Charza wants to still do it. I still want to do it, and so does Beckett. It's just our time scheduling is conflicting, so it makes it really difficult. We will... Is that a cat in the background? Where? Patrick! Come here. Come here. They saw you, now you gotta come on camera. Come here. I'm gonna have to grab your ass. Come here. Fucking little gremlin. Alright, this is Patrick. Say hi to Patrick. He knows exactly what a camera is, and he's staring directly into it. Why do you have Windows 11 so cringe? Shut the fuck up, it came in pre-installed. And there's no way to transition it, alright? It's permanent. Patrick is amazing. He is my son. He is my fur baby. And he loves me very much. And we might see Winnie at some point. I named him after Patrick Perseus, a famous revolutionary of the 1960 Easter Revolution, who was a teacher. You like that? So the thing with Patrick, I know everybody wants the cat. Everybody loves cats. So this little guy will show, like, I'll be streaming, and I've had to close my door because, like, when I stream, they will come up and he'll sit right here, right on the edge of my bed, and start meowing at me and wanting my attention. So I have to, like, wave him off, like, hey, I'm streaming, buddy. I can't do anything right now. And other times, he will then attempt to climb up on the chair, ruining it, just to lay in my lap and, like, spread out. Okay, he's very affectionate. He's very clingy, like Mumbles does. No, I think Mumbles is much more behaved than Patrick. Mumbles is chill. Patrick has no chill. So, where did I find this? Where did I learn about this lore? Well, Wendigoon, actually. I didn't speak to him. No, I haven't gotten into that connections yet because I know the meme. Evan has all the networking connections. Patrick is just the attention whore of all cats. Yeah, no, so is Winnie. Like I said, Winnie is not around yet, but she might come in and play with one of the Easter bags that are left on the ground because they like playing with bags. So I let them play with the bag. So Wendigoon was like doing some research and someone in his chat said, oh, react to the winner of 83. And he didn't know who that was or what that was. And he's like, oh shit, is this Linkara? And then it hit me. Just like a snap. I immediately messaged Beckett. Beckett, did you know Linkara made an analog horror series? And he goes, show me. I don't believe it. And I sent him it. He's like, Jesus Christ. And oh shit. Apparently Charles is on medical leave right now all week. So we actually might be able to film an episode. Maybe. Possibly. Don't know. It all leads back to Linkara. Exactly. Like I said, if you like Lolcows, if you like old internet history, that is something that we're going to be doing in... Wait, who is Linkara? Are we making fun of Lolcows, or will this actually be scary horror? I don't know. I haven't watched it because I wanted my reaction to be genuine. Now, Linkara is a Lolcow. We talked about this on the Schmuckleheads podcast. He plays himself off as a gentleman and a historian. He's the guy from the famous Power Rangers rant. Actually, you know what? We'll let Zach. Yes, now you can look at all the shit I watch. Seth, fucking great Book of Grudges. I watched Doug. Amazing guy. Zach, Hadel, Linkara, or fuck, what was it? It was fuck, the Linkara rant. Does anybody know the famous Power Rangers Linkara rant? I mean, we have the Trump versus Linkara thing, which everyone has seen. I don't know where to find it. Who is... Okay, so Linkara is someone known as atop the fourth wall. He is a comic reviewer. He is also an old show reviewer. And then he basically is one of these crazy lefty characters who would tweet dumb shit like Trump is going to lock gays up in concentration camps if he gets elected. Which, as we could see, that never happened. He had a relationship, I think, with someone named Iron Liz, who we might get on the Schmuckleheads podcast. I think they're trans, not 100% sure. But Linkara has a thing for, we'll call them fudas, or trans, or whatever you want to call it, whatever flavor floats your boat. And, yeah, turns out this man's a bit of a freak. A bit of a crazy guy. But yeah, I can't find the original. Is this the actual?
It's the last history of Power Rangers. As such, I need to address a couple of things that have cropped up. Yes, I'm aware of the David Yost interview. Yes, I'm aware Power Rangers Samurai is coming to Nickelodeon in 2011. Yes, I will continue to do History of Power Rangers through that series once it concludes. Now, many of you have been very patient in waiting for these videos, and for that I'm very grateful. Others of you have not been so patient to the point where I'm actually taking time out of this review to talk about it. Let me say this once again, since apparently it was not made clear when this video series began. History of Power Rangers has no set schedule. The videos are done when they're done, and will be released when they're done. In case you haven't noticed, I've been more than a little busy the last few months. If you haven't noticed, wake up already! I attended Power Morphicon, FallCon,
Exactly.
did a very complicated ending to an episode of Atop the Fourth Wall, released additional videos in October.
Mind you, this is one of supposedly Doug Walker's friends. I don't think they're on good terms anymore. Like I said, I don't do much like farming of Lolcow content. I usually only do that when I'm hanging out with Beckett. Like the shit that I know. Yeah, he's been very busy. I've been taking a lot of time going to conventions instead of working on what people want. Wake up, sheeple. It'll be out when it's out. Anyways, so for the people who are new here, we're going to go over... Oh, okay. So we're going to go over what I do. I am a game reviewer. I review games. I have the perks of working with Space Mow, which is a review on Lethal Company, and I sometimes do rants. I actually have another rant coming out after a, we'll say, had the Helldivers 2 review. I'll let this play real quick. Okay, fucking hell, Beckett, I'll do it. A fucking review on Helldivers 2. I didn't want to, because I don't like to be too trendy, but everyone is talking about horsecocks and catboy ranches lately, so fuck it. I guess I will.
It'll be out when it's out. And we like that. It'll be out when it's out.
All right. It'll be out when it's out. Just like the Power Rangers review that we're still waiting on. I'm still trying to buy Beckett time. He's obviously taking a lot of time showering. Very important in British culture. Showering. That is. I guess. Oh, I didn't tell you what else I do. Hold on. I also do live streams quite often. I like live streaming. I like playing video games. What the fuck, Beckett? Beckett is the reason why the Helldivers 2 review is being made, by the way. He literally told me, Evan, you need to do something more recent. He's taking a cold shower. He probably is. As you can see, I play a variety of games. We'll talk about Dark Souls with what happened with the finale and that, because that's going to be in another rant. I'll talk about that another time. You'll get that in the rant video. But I've been just playing random shit. And I've recently played the original Fallout game. People seem to like that so far. And I'm kind of bad at it because, well, it's an isometric game that I haven't played a lot of, and Hayes bullies me the entire time because I took gambling as a perk instead of something useful. And I regret it that he was right about that. And now I've been cucked by a Deathclaw, and I can't get money. But hey, that's how the Wasteland rolls. And I'm also working on trying to get better at RimWorld so I can show off the new DLC for Anomaly and whatnot. Again, thank you for everyone for subscribing. I don't say this enough. Every time I see the subscriptions go up, I feel a little better. I feel the energy and the power being transmitted to me. Yes, he bullies me anyway, and he will never shut up about 1v1ing. And we got CC here from the Flow Nation. RimWorld, a.k.a. Commit War Crimes in 2D. Yes. Actually, there's another game that might go for number 2 contender, and it's also the reason why the stream is a little late. So, yes, shout out to Flower Power, who is another YouTuber. I told him he's allowed to, shill himself in my chat because he's been a very, very loyal viewer, even though I don't get chance to like watch his live streams or whatever. Though when he comes in, he usually talks about how he has to shit. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing or something. Also, I will be invited at some point to do a episode of the Fruitcast. If you don't know who the Fruitcast is, well, we'll say a recent person has been discussed in the drama community, the commentary community. Mango, Neon Caffeine, a very good friend of mine. I will not comment on the accusations and shit because they are my friend. And I'm very biased about the situation, so I will not partake in the shit flinging. But the other host, Cherry, and they will be inviting me on their show, and we're going to be talking about video games on it. So shout out to the Fruitcast. As you can see, though, I am subscribed to a lot of people. Like a lemon party. Eli Goose, 4 p.m. No, there is no 1v1 scheduled, Hayes. Stop gaslighting people. But yes. The reason why I said the war crime is now in second contender for RimWorld is because of Song of the Six is just had a review done by Seth Zinch, one of my favorite reviewers. I still wanted to beat you on micro send transactions. We're not debating that right now, Yamato. You'll have to wait. Because I just learned that you can commit genocides of actual races in this game. Fun stuff. We're waiting for Beckett. Don't get angry at him. It was a last minute thing because, he got into some, he got held up. And that's normal in Britain. Keeps doing the Usain Bolt. And I will, all right, Lilith, if you see President Evan, time them out. That is my newest law. I will never ever be put in any kind of similarity to President Sunday. Not having that. We're angry anyway. It's good. Anger is good. I want you guys to be angry. Tell me what makes you angry right now in chat. Fuel it. I want to hear it. Oh, Beckett is calling. Look who decided to show up.
Yeah. I was,
I have a raving audience of angry pedestrians. All right. Demanding where Beckett is.
Fucking hell, demanding where Beckett is.
They are. They're going, where's Beckett? Where's Beckett? Where's Beckett? No, you guys aren't getting Beckett cam because even though Evan, the Irish ghoul, dragged himself on camera today, he didn't feel like it,
I might be able to give you a Beckett cam.
Oh, you might be able to now? You might be able to lull me in a false sense of security?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Asshole. So while he's doing that,
There you go.
quick little fun thing. My mother was actually asking me about some of the stuff. There we go. There's Beckett. Look at him. Look at the beautiful boy. Look at the beautiful boy. 30-year-old boy. Still a boy. Smoking yet another cigarette because he can't stand me.
I'm not smoking a cigarette. I'm opening a coffee.
Oh. Yeah, this is better though.
Nice coffee. I will have a cigarette, but yeah.
Coffee and cigarettes. That is also known as the line cook's choice of dinner.
True. It's that is accurate. That is accurate to my existence and where I am.
Yes, CC, that is a man child.
It's a man child.
That is a man child.
I'm not a man child. Fuck off. I own a house. I have a job. I clean my house.
You
My house is
come
very
from
clean at the moment.
high society. I don't want to hear it.
My house is so fucking clean right now. I took 2 days off just to clean my house.
You took
so
2 days
good.
off to clean your house?
My house really needed cleaning. I hoovered and everything. I was very proud of myself.
My house is just my room. This is my house, and it's dirty, which is why the cam is focused on me and my wall. But real quick, sidelining real quick, Beckett, what is your position on the current female custody debate?
Oh, my position on femstodies. Jesus
on the
Christ.
femstodies, thus making the Sisters of Silence be completely fucked over in the long run.
I really, really like Sisters of Silence. I think they're a really interesting fact. They haven't got much to them, but I think having the idea of the Emperor being like a super powerful psyker, and then one of it, like his left hand, is the fucking sisters who are all blanks and pariahs, and not just like grade 1, like seriously high level blank. Is really fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
I think it's really
and that was like what was it?
So,
it was when the Necrons invaded Terra and they released like the Null Field and shit. The Sisters of Battle were the only ones that were able to fight and fend them off.
Yeah,
and it's fucking insane. And then now it's like, well, now we got femstodies. It's like,
so here's my thing with this, because I tweeted this on Twitter. I know, like a real commentator,
like a real commentator.
I think that had it been in the books, had there been, because they keep referencing this section in one of the Horus Heresy books with Sanguinius.
Oh yes, the Sanguinius, but then people don't realize they're talking about the Sisters of Silence in the book. And I mentioned this earlier.
Done one scene, that's it, with like a Custodes talking to a Primarch where she is gendered as female, I would have no issue with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Because it's just like, it's not like the Space Marines. It's really not. Like, they're made in a completely different way. They're not gene seeded. Each one is actually fairly uniquely built. I think the problem I have with it is I think it's really fucking lazy.
Yeah, no, incredibly is. It's like we made one paragraph about it, didn't go into why, and then our Twitter account tweeted about it.
Do you know what I want?
You want Stouts back.
I do want Stouts back, actually. But also
you want very hairy men on motorcycles.
Yeah, that is true. No, I want more kin stuff. I want them to actually. This is what happened with Tau back in the day. They brought Tau out and they didn't really do anything with them. And now you look at Tau and there's like a decent amount of shit that Tau have, and that makes me happy because I actually quite like Tau.
Tau has a very interesting story and like set up an idea that they're actually being all mind controlled.
Yeah, I find things like the Farsight Enclave like really cool concepts. I just wish they'd do fucking
Yamato,
more
we
with
know
it.
It's pandering because we recently saw who the biggest holders are, and that is Vanguard and BlackRock. Surprise, surprise, the biggest ESG pushers.
Do you know what? It's not. Okay. So I used to think that it was get woke, go broke and shit. I don't. I think it is. I agree with Razorfist.
It is go broke, try
woke.
To be woke, totally
Continue.
croak.
Yeah, it's one of these where like Games Workshop is actually, you can kind of see this from the fact that even before this was announced, they were pushing more of the Vermintide stuff, and the Darktide stuff.
Because sales have been going down lately.
Yeah, and also, I mean, like somebody did a breakdown. I've got it bookmarked on Twitter. Actually, I was going to go over it on stream myself, but someone was doing a breakdown of like all the bots that are responding to like Warhammer itself.
Yeah, and there's apparently a source coming from it. Yeah, and I saw someone was actually looking into it.
So yeah, the truth is that Games Workshop knows it's actually not in a very good position, and much like BattleTech, which went through this like a couple of years ago, they're trying to expand their base as much as possible.
Because they're scared.
I just don't. Yeah.
They're panicking.
They're like, oh wait, shit. There's this thing on Twitter we get a load of free promotion for, and we get some virtue points.
And now they're realizing some of their biggest pay pigs are now unsubscribing and boycotting. I have seen it on Twitter, and the people, these what we call gate crashers, have not helped themselves. I have seen some of the most ridiculous shit, from let's now retcon that the Sisters of Silence were trans all along. And, it's shit like that makes me go, you guys never cared. It's just your agenda.
So I think those are really small voices. I would also point out that a lot of some of those are like trolls as well, which is really fucking unhelpful.
I follow a lot of the actual like what they consider the Chudhammer accounts, where they're basically kind of just joking about it because they really don't fucking care. They're still gonna buy like the models, but they aren't gonna buy like the femstodies. But there are bigger figures that are taking a stance that are actually irritated with this whole thing. And it's
I think a lot of people are just looking at it going, well, for the price of building an army and what it costs, I could half that price just by getting a 3D printer.
Yes. And now people are actually saying like,
no, now people are like, no.
Print. And now they're being like, no, don't do that. And I've watched their stock. It went up just a little bit on Monday, and now it's going back
They've
down.
Hidden it now. They've hidden it now.
Yeah, they've hidden it because everyone's watching. The lines go up and down. But the funny thing is,
stock varies massively. But the truth is that Games Workshop's major selling points now, like the thing they make a lot of money on, is the models. But the investment seems to be, from what's a good way to put this? The investment seems to be from things like the Black Library, extended media, and the actual ownership.
They want more money from video games. They want that Henry Cavill, Amazon show. They want those big boohoo bucks.
And people to an extent are really right. The law changes fucking constantly. And that's big. I mean, if you go way fucking back, female space marines were a thing.
They just didn't sell.
They didn't sell, so that's why they got removed. Yeah, like female. I mean,
and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna. And I find like some of the the old crons versus the new crons. That shit's also funny. Yeah. Or the stouts. The sad removal of the stouts because they thought that it was very offensive to what the dwarves were, but now they're back kind of as the leagues of Vohan.
I actually really like the leagues. I think the leagues, unironically, are exactly the lore I wanted them to have.
Yeah, and there are
I wanted somebody to actually use fucking Dark Age of technology tech, and the fact they've got Men of Iron and they get treated properly, but at the same time, the leagues themselves, they've done the Grimdark thing really well in the fact that their sort of ancestor cores are kind of going insane after thousands and thousands of years, tens of thousands of years.
And it's a really cool concept, and it's like that's how you properly do it. All right, that's what if you wanted to do female custodes, I wouldn't have a problem if you gave it the same treatment they gave the league.
Just get one of the competent writers. I mean, just get one of the competent writers. I don't think
they have any of those anymore.
Well, they do. They definitely do, because they're knocking around. I mean, I think what people forget, and so I'd say I haven't collected Warhammer for a long time, but I will give you a little bit of an insight. I've been to multiple game days. I was standard bearer for my shop one year. I used to be when I was younger, I was properly big into Warhammer. I'm a fucking nerd, as one should be. But I've always kept up with lore. I love the lore. I read the books. Or
I've spent over 80 hours while working listening to lore of Warhammer from Luton.
Well, yeah, and you got people like Luton, but also I think people forget that some of the most beloved things, there's this Twitter impression. Everyone's like, "Oh, we love the Space Marines. The Space Marines are incredible." But actually, the best books, in my opinion, aren't the Space Marine books. The Horus Heresy books are fine. I'll level with you. I'm actually not a huge fan of the Horus Heresy. I don't really care that much. I don't really care about Marines that much. But things like the Caiaphas Cain novels are fucking incredible. They're very funny. They're very well written. They have some of the best characters. They've got some of the best humanization of any characters in the series. The Infinite and Divine Necron book is just really, really good.
The short Wrath novel.
Yeah, like
where there was an extra chaos god, and then it got removed because of legal claims.
mm. But also things like the fantasy novels.
Oh yeah, I love the fantasy setting stuff
You know,
too. And if it's like
like
if
Skaven are great. You
yeah,
know,
no,
they're great. They're a
I
great
wish there
faction.
were a version of the Skaven in the Warhammer 40k universe. Honestly, they would fit perfectly, and like also, honestly, they could literally have them be like the nemesis of the or like the leagues, because then they could both use dark technology, and it would be
Yeah, that
like
would
a
work
big
so
arms race between each other.
that would be such a good like slot in. And like it's also things like um oh fuck. Some of the best novels are the Night Lord novels. They're an
Yeah,
army that I okay, look, again, bias. I actually collected a Night Lord army. That was my main army for a long time. But no one really gives a shit about the Night Lords. They're constantly shit on even within the sort of chaos factions.
yes.
They're fucking tiny, but they have one of the best novel series because they play with that idea that they are probably one of the weakest, most torn apart legions, and they utilize that.
Kind of like the
And
Lamenters.
yeah, the Lamenters are fucking great. I love the idea that there's just a
They
manically
always get
depressed
fucked
dreadnought.
over.
Yeah, I just like the idea that within Deathwatch there's a manically depressed dreadnought that's sad that his chapter's dead and no one's told him it's still going. No one
He's
can
sitting there
console him.
going, "What's
That's
going
just really
on?"
funny.
It's like, honestly, what do you think is more depressing, a Krieg, a Kriegsman, or the Lamenter?
Well, I mean, this is the thing as well. Like people have like lots of like little bits of favor. I like the Krieg, like
Yeah, I
storyline and things,
fucking
but
love the Krieg, even though they
it's
might be abominations and clones.
it's also like the Krieg are really interesting because it's kind of like the Boba Fett thing, where somebody went like a lot of the Krieg's personality is put onto them by the fandom,
Yeah,
because they don't really have any of their own. But it's also, for all the depressing stuff in there, like you've got like those little bits of humanity and the little interesting stories that actually the writers within Games Workshop and the Black Library are just really good at humanizing characters. It's really rare to see that.
and
The
it's
one thing that does worry me about the idea of kind of more wokeness within Warhammer, this is the only thing that actually
gonna
worries me.
dehumanize stuff.
Yeah, it's obvious good guys and bad guys, and
Yeah, and that makes it
Warhammer's
fucking
never
boring
really done that. Yeah, this is why no one liked the Tau for ages. This is
because they were
this
the
is
good
unironically
guys.
why Tau. So if you read Tau in the novels now, and this is really evident in the Caiaphas Cain novels, they are very proud, very standoffish, and they've got like
They're
an,
like
an
British
air
people.
about them. Yeah, sure, they're like British. Fuck you. But also like they added the Inferions, is that it? Ethereons, whatever the fuck they're called,
They're
the leaders who basically
yeah, the
seem
blue
to
guys.
have some effect on them because it wasn't grimdark enough. Because they were like, because everything in the original Tau lore was, yeah, everything's kind of fine, and then you've got more interesting things like the Farsight
Yeah,
stuff, and it
they
develops
studied
over
how
time.
like apparently if they're away from the Ethereans like long enough, they revert back into like this primal state and crazy shit like that. Like the Kroot are like they start to lose like their sense of morality and shit because they're away from them for so long. So for all we know, they're all being fucking controlled by like these mass fucking like uh hypnotic states or whatever the fuck. It's really a fascinating shit. Um
Yeah. And
so
I'd like to, as long as they keep doing that, and I hope, I have faith that some of the writers are there
the writers
will
are currently
continue to do
looking
the
at
good work.
Twitter and going, "Fuck, how do we fix this mess?"
I think it's pretty easy. I'll be honest with you. I think all they need to do is just bang out. Do you know what?
They'll
If
blame it
they
on a
bang,
rogue intern,
if
and
they
then
if they
like
bang,
a year later, they'll write a novel.
yeah, if they bang out this 3-part series following like here's a pitch for you. Like, listen, no, I'll never see this, but here's like a simple pitch: 3-part series where a female custodies, because there's a particular custodies type that basically their whole job is protecting one person in the Imperium
Yeah,
who will do one thing that's really important. So like they'll be like guarding a random guardsman or whatever. And just like that as a 3-part novel would be really fucking interesting. Or like that sort of like just take one character, focus a novel on her, you're done. basically.
Yeah.
I think, and then because again, it's very, you know, there's this
Well, but
sort
now
of
they've
touristy impression,
left
and I
a
hate using
very
the word.
sour taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, there's this touristy impression, and I'm only using the word tourist here because that's sort of the word floating around on Twitter.
Oh no,
That
it
like
is the
the
right way
Guardsmen
to
are
put
just
it.
human fodder, but if you read the novels, like the Guardsmen are brave, dedicated, well trained, like all these other things.
And the guardsmen are both female and male. Like
Yeah.
there's no like discriminate because they like and people forget this is that females also play a very important part in the story. And like I said, they had like the thing that was supposed to be the counter version of what the Space Marines were a female version of that were the Battle Sisters, which weren't their own thing. They started off as like the witch hunters, as like
Yeah, yeah.
like a, and then they became their own thing. And people made fun of it, you know, oh, stripper nuns with giant swords and shit. But they earned that respect through people buying the models, fighting them on the battlefield, winning games, and then gaining the respect of people. Be like, damn, these people are actually like pretty fucking cool. And you know, it was gained respect. It wasn't just like, oh, you know, but the impression is all these
And it,
people who want to own the, you know, own the chuds, own the whatever the fuck, whatever fucking propaganda they want to push, to just like, because they're petty, they're angry, they like the idea of changing changing the culture and not adapting to it, not trying to embrace
yeah,
it. And that's what a lot of people have issues with.
yeah.
And I hate having to agree with Sargon when he then tweets about it, because he's also a very prominent Warhammer fan whose son even plays Warhammer, which is adorable because his son plays Necrons. And I think that's just like the most adorable thing that you could do is have your son play like killer robot people.
I still think Necrons are one of my favorite factions,
Oh
especially.
yeah, it's my brother's favorite faction too. But in Warhammer
Didn't they
Fantasy, it's orcs.
I like the comment from Hayes. Didn't they nerf Custodes right after introducing Femstodes? Yeah, they've had a definite like downplay. I think that's also from what I understand. I haven't read the new rules, but
Yeah, no,
I think
they
it's to
definitely
do with
did get a nerf.
yeah, it's part of the points buy-in as well. So they can go bigger armies now because Custodes are really overpowered. But also that's sort of a natural process. It's sort of like the same thing that always happens. They release something new and they'll buff it as a force and faction, and
I'll
then
turn you up a little bit.
but yeah, we'll see what happens. I've got well, it's early days, and I think I'm also tempted to think that part of it is a middle ground where they were like, we actually can't add female marines. That would actually be
You
like
will actually get
people would
riots.
lose their shit. So maybe we can get away with adding female custodians because
But
their
then
law
people
just
pointed
isn't
out,
as
it's
fleshed
like
out.
your gatekeepers, your holy custodies, the gatekeepers of the emperor have been breached and shit. It's like, come on, that's cringe. Don't say shit like that. But
Yeah,
it's a lot of people who want to see, like, people who enjoy something fall into this category. Yes, enough Warhammer. We'll get into it. All right, we'll get into it, Lilith. All right, calm down. Look, this was my idea to begin with. You can blame me. I was just curious about Beckett's perspective because I haven't actually talked to him about it. Because
no, I think it's listen,
he wants
I
to
enjoyed the
have more
conversation.
phone calls with people like Gilded Pooh and now recording than his buddy Evan.
We want to talk about more Warhammer stuff. We can talk about more Warhammer stuff.
Also,
okay,
I did mention I am invited on Fruitcast to talk about video games. Fruitcast is a podcast with Cherry, one of Keffel's confidants at the one point. I think it's the right Cherry, and Mango, aka Neon Caffeine. I did promote them, and I did disclaim that I would not get into the drum because I do have biases. Because Mango's my friend. She has stuck by me through a lot of the shit that I went through. So it's only fair that I, do the same with her on these allegations and just not speak on behalf of her. Or him. Sorry. They're going through top surgery. I just talked to them yesterday. They're getting they're getting tested to see if everything's okay because they're getting top their top cut off. They're getting their boobs chopped. It's good for them. They seem very happy, and they vouch for me for being like one of the most chill people that they know. And that's what you should know, is I'm pretty fucking chill, even though people think I'm a misogynistic, racist, homophobic, crazy Irish person. Or Irish descendant. We'll put it that way. So.
You good?
Yes. I had to say, look, after the now recording episode, I got a little defensive. I didn't go at them, but I was a little like, damn, like, a little like frustrated, but I'm not going to take that out on them. Shit's going to get aired out. It's the drama community. Shit happens. Eventually it'll run out the cycle. That's just how it works. But are you all those things? No, Ice Beans, you should know because I watch you play Dark Souls. And I have some of the funnest times watching you fuck up because it's funny and I enjoy it. So, yes, I enjoying a female streamer beats the misogyny allegations.
I have heard that.
I have heard And I hang out with Lethe Water Kai and Karantos, which beats the racist allegation. My two black friends.
Please start the video. You're not helping us.
Well, okay. Little bit of pre-up as before we start. I sent this to Beckett, or I told Beckett, hey, did you know Linkar made an analog horror series?
I did not.
And he did not fucking believe it. He immediately said, send it to me now. And I'm just like, okay, but I said, if you steal this, I'll be very upset with you.
And I haven't even pre-watched it.
I didn't either. I want genuine reaction for this whole thing. And I've been extremely fucking excited because I love analog horror. Beckett loves analog horror. And I've been wanting to do a collaboration with Beckett on analog horror stuff. Maybe some more off the cuff shit. And maybe this might become more of a thing, depending how well this goes. I know I'm ranting a lot.
I'm always up for an excuse to watch some analog horror, and it's sort of like hard to fit into where.
Yeah, when you're covering fucking drama content and shit like that, or God forbid the art commentary community, which I saw Matt Pitt's tweet of being like, oh my God, there are like 300 pages of like shit about I think who's the fucking person everyone's talking about it right now.
So there's like a 300-page doc about Doodle Tones.
Doodle Tones. That's who it was.
I haven't even.
And I literally respond to Matt. I said, "This is what I warned Beckett about."
Yeah, I'm just like I fucking can't. I do like I will probably have an art CC stream this week.
Oh God,
because
there's
some stuff that like people come.
You didn't laugh at the
occasionally I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny.
When you tweeted about the furry diaper pedo person, I tweeted the Vietnam execution picture saying, "Do the review, Beckett." All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got the playlist up. I checked. There doesn't seem to be any descriptions, so we don't have to like read the descriptions of each episode. We will watch each episode. They seem to be about 4 minutes to 6 minutes long. We'll hypothesize, and then we'll continue on to the next episode to kind of figure out what's going on. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Simple Wendigoon stuff. So I will read out some of the things for people who are blind. In January of 1983, most people living in the town of Fawn Circle, Minnesota, disappeared. In an investigation that followed, a significant number of video and audio recordings were recovered. The recovered material had been significant, irreparable damage. Most relevant recordings were assembled into what you see here in chronological order in an attempt to explain what happened to the Fawn Circle.
The time is now 12 a.m. K83FC now concludes its programming schedule. Channel 83 will resume its broadcast at 7 a.m.
Is the audio okay, guys?
Thank you for watching K83FC, Channel 83. K83FC is owned and operated by...
Oh, shit. Okay. I'll buff this up. Is it on your end? It's quiet.
Oh no, I'm listening back to your stream at the same time.
Why? I put up the Discord share thing.
I know, but I'm trying to help you with audio.
Oh, okay.
By the Spencer Sheridan Foundation.
Does that sound better?
Providing quality local television to Fawn Circle and neighboring cities in Redwood County, Minnesota since 1975. Our offices are located at 2713 Pinewood Street in Fawn Circle, Minnesota. Postal code 56283. K83FC is empowered to transmit by the Federal Communications Commission, Washington, D.C.
All right, thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed today's programming and that you'll join us again in the morning.
I love how it's called KFC. Is that the Betty Ross flag? Why did he zoom in onto a black guy and then switch to Abraham Lincoln?
Fucking, it's Linkara. Why does Linkara do fucking anything? Oh my god.
And then we transition from black man to Abraham. Oh, fuck. Seems to be a lot of shots of the Industrial Revolution.
Yes, I'm sensing a theme, which is Linkara found such Google images. Fucking.
Help down here.
Please send somebody to rescue us. I'm begging you. We're in the basement of Scott's Manor. It's getting so cold down here.
Please, you have to help us. They're going to bury us down here.
No. Tell them that. They'll think we're crazy. Look, just please send help. We're in the basement of Scott's Manor.
They're gonna freeze us to death.
What?
Oh.
Classic Linkara skits acting.
Oh god. This is gonna be a thing, isn't it? Fuck.
Turn you down just a little bit because I didn't pump up the volume. All right, so that was the first episode.
Oh, Linkara. And look,
we had.
listen.
Well, hold on. Let's use our ideas and think about what he's gonna try to like. What kind of story he's telling us?
He's telling us the story that he fundamentally doesn't understand what makes analog horror scary, which is people speaking directly to camera in long sentences and monologues is antithetical to this fucking medium, Linkara. Fuck. He was doing so well. You want to create an air of mystery where it's like, oh, you can piece it together from like street signs or some random shit.
It's like the little blips and flashes of like secrecy
Yeah.
and shit. That's what makes analog horror cool. Like,
If you
and I
just
mean,
had someone
if-
come on
if-
and go,
I mean,
say a
it has
random
worked
string of
before.
numbers, like a location,
Like if it
and then
has
being
worked
like, help me.
before with like Mandela Catalog, they've done some skits in their newer stuff, but it's still in that style of very grit, very still flashy, light, dotting of like hidden lore within those skits, instead of a picture or a skit of two men screaming that they're freezing us, and with great acting skills, I might add. that top tier quality Linkara skit.
When does Dr. Insano turn up?
This doctor, I fucking hope. So, segment 2, police investigation of Scott's Manor.
God, okay.
Okay, recording now.
Are you sure? I don't want it to be like last week where the cameraman forgot to turn the mic on, and we recorded an interview for half an hour before they noticed.
I'm positive. I'm seeing levels and readings here.
Okay, but just leave the lens cap on until we get there. I'm pretty sure I smudged my lipstick, and I want to fix it before we get anything.
I'm telling you, it's fine.
Let me be the judge of that. Still, while we're recording the audio, might as well get some background first. Sheriff Douglas, how are you today?
Oh, not so bad. You?
I'm fine. So, tell me a little bit about Scott's Manor.
Well, Scott's Manor used to be the mayor's mansion back in the 60s, with the last occupant being Richard Scott. The place was closed for renovations in, I think 68 or so. And the city had a big budget crisis back then, and they decided to hold off on the renovations for a year. The year became 2 years, then 5, then 10, and, well, here we are. Last September, some people from the U of M Science Department decided to rent it out to finally complete the renovations, while also...
So they did mention the U of M, so this obviously takes place in my home state, Michigan. Interesting choice, Linkara, interesting choice. Let's see how it holds up from a Michigander.
using the space for some science experiment or whatnot.
And the stories about the manor being haunted.
Well, before the research people moved in, we got the occasional call about seeing something weird or about kids breaking in and spray painting their gang tags or whatever. But we didn't really
Those
pay
darn
any mind
kids.
to it. With the manor being closer to the farmlands, it's not like it was really bothering anyone.
It is weird that the mayor's mansion was, like, 20 minutes away from the town.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the renovations kept getting postponed. There was a whole kerfluffle, new laws got passed. The mayor actually had to live closer to the center of town after that.
And why are we going out to the manor today?
Oh, hey now, you know the reasons even better than we do.
Yes, the signal hijacking.
Look, I like you guys over at the Channel 80.
Why does the officer sound so fucking Canadian? Oh yeah, you know what? Hey, those darn kids and their spray paint and gang tag signs in the mansion. And I will say, as much as I hate to agree with Linkara and his artistic choice, there are quite a few people with Canadian accents that are in law enforcement. We just don't admit it.
You know, I like the retelling through things like news reports and everything else. I think that if you watch Linkara's movie and like general stuff or read his comic, the one thing
And
that
the
a lot of
history
these
of Power
people,
Rangers, don't forget that.
yeah, the fucking history of Power Rangers. The one thing that a lot of these people never learn is brevity. And like, don't get me wrong, I talk a lot. I am shit at brevity, but with certain types of fucking content, it's so important just to be like, here is like a piece. Just give them a piece, and then it's fine. It's fine. Let them.
Little taste.
Yeah, because that's what you want
And
with
let
like
them dissect
horror like
it.
this.
Because if you just give it to them entirely in one go, like the fear of the unknown then becomes the fear of the known, which is less scary than the unknown. Also, Carmen points out an actual very good point. The tapes were damaged, yet perfect audio. That is a good point out.
Is that like the Deep Space Nine where they have like the fucking what is it? The fucking Cardassian rod and the Vulcan comes in. It's like it's a fake. It's not a Vulcan. He's a Romulan. Fuck. Don't ignore me. Press play. Press play. Okay, this is going on.
Quickly,
going on hell.
go Star Trek references.
Galaxy Detective is a fun little show I can watch with my kids, but it feels like these hijackings are happening daily now.
That's not entirely true. We had a week or two before the last one.
There's not much we can do about it, sadly. Transmitter's not that strong. The reason the call sign for the station has FC in it is because Von Circle is really the only town that gets the broadcast, so the station owner just figured to, lean into it.
And that means anyone with a stronger transmitter on the frequency can take over. And I wouldn't put it past some of those U of M kids being responsible.
Well, we can certainly look into it when we get there. If it is them, then maybe you guys can get back to normal.
For as long as it lasts.
Greg!
It's true!
Well, hang on a sec. What's he mean by that?
You're being canceled in chat for that take,
The
Beckett.
station's not doing
That's fine.
too well.
Fine.
The problem with a station that barely reaches anybody, maybe Chaska, on a good day, is that nobody watches. And the thing is, even if somehow the station does get a better transmitter and it can reach more people, it likely will be shut down this year anyway.
We don't know that.
There's a rumor going around that the FCC is going to reassign a bunch of TV frequencies, particularly the high ones, to emergency services and all. Dinky little UHF stations like ours aren't going to cut it anymore, and we'll have to shut down.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, until it actually happens, I'm not admitting defeat. I haven't put 5 years into K83 just to see it go out like disco.
Well, you can get to it right now. We're coming up on the manor.
Okay, Greg, switch it off and get it ready for...
Who fucking cares, Linkara? Oh my god. Oh my god. You fucking hack.
I'm not about to be shut down by
I'm
some
gonna fucking
FCC
rope
violations.
myself. I haven't put 5 years in. Who cares? Is it relevant?
Is
No.
it relevant to the situation? No. But
No.
he's got to make that strong woman, He's always been a feminist. And a liker of big dick women. Let us continue.
Listen, Iron Liz is based, okay?
Oh, no. I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure I'll love them. Them. Her.
There we go.
Don't kill me, please.
You're fine.
I heard Iron Liz is powerful.
Hello? Is anyone home? Dr. Chandra? Hello?
Jesus, I thought they were renovating this place. It looks like it hasn't been touched in decades. Greg, get some B-roll shots while I fix my makeup, please.
Already on it.
I'm not sure what's going on myself. This place was not looking like this last week.
Well, the snow obviously got in.
Yeah, but it looks like it got in everywhere. The place still had intact doors and windows. They had finished that back in November. You'd have to break the whole damn house to make a mess like this.
Those damn kids.
Dr. Meredith! Steven! Dr. Chandra!
It's like a blizzard ran through the whole
Dr.
place.
Insano!
It was maybe half an inch of snow last week. What the hell happened here?
Maybe the signal hijacking wasn't kidding.
Don't get started. However, Rhonda!
Yeah, Chris?
Radio the station, get some more bodies out here to help search. And call Mercy General and tell them to have an ambulance on standby in case we need it. I'm gonna go check upstairs.
Alright, back in a minute.
Knowing
I'll
Michigan
come with
roads,
you.
they won't get
Greg,
there
keep
at,
getting those
in
shots
time.
and yell if you find anything.
Got it.
Shoo. You think they like rented out an office and just threw like that fake powdered snow everywhere? Table. Oh, there we go. Got some feet.
basement! Viv?
I'm putting my makeup on. Yes, Ice Beam, it's supposed to make you feel scared.
Hey, is someone down there?
I mean, to be fair, I am scared. I'm scared that this is the extent of... Do you know what? Actually, fuck it. I will say one thing. This is legitimately better than I expected it to be. It's still shit, but it is better than
My
I expected it to
expectations
be.
were very, very low. So low that the fact that he has impressed me with this video.
I haven't seen a single, there's nothing about anybody getting, raped by a gang of slavers, so it's better than Lightbringer. And, so
Hold on,
far,
we
there
don't
hasn't
know
been,
yet. We haven't gotten that deep
there
yet.
hasn't been a fucking spaceship, so it's better than his fucking movie and weird green screen setup. And, frankly, Linkara hasn't been in it, which I think is a fucking
very
win.
big plus. That's, that is crazy. Who knows, though? We're only on episode 3. We might get some Linkara-isms just yet. Okay, so second episode, the mansion's gone through a lot of bullshit renovation issues.
There's one analog horror at the moment that I just watched, and it's about a robot and a dentist, and the robot's possessed by the dentist's dead wife. It's a whole fucking thing, and it's got a lot of attention recently because it's quite well shot. But I watched it and I was just fucking bored. I was really bored. And
do you know it's a really good one that I think you'll like because of your your theology background is Angel Hair.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Angel Hair.
You're familiar with it? I recently watched that with Wendigoon's commentary over it. Really fucking great, and I'm excited to see what else they come with it. So yeah,
I think it's mostly finished now. I think it's finished.
No, they're still working on it. From because the actual creators were in his chat when he was streaming this. Not even a few days ago.
Yeah, they've done quite a lot. I think it's a really
they are working on more projects though.
Oh yeah, no, I think when you've got someone really talented doing stuff, I think the main ones I seem to be watching at the moment is I went back and watched a load of Liminal Land. The person I follow most on Twitter is the person who did the Mystery Pit National Park.
Oh, Flesh Pit National Park.
The Flesh Pit National Park. Yeah, they're really good.
Really great world building with just pamphlets and shit. That's really well done.
Really fucking good. And then oh fuck, there's one where it's this flesh horror thing with these mimics.
Oh, fuck no! I just watched that. They're called Woodwork or something, the Woodworkers or whatever, and they the fake false trees or something.
It's not that one. It's oh fuck, I've forgotten the name of it. But anyway, regardless, that I don't know. If we do more, maybe we'll watch that one because there are a couple that are really good.
Yeah.
And there's
another really good one that recently got an update, had a big episode, was Greylock. I love Greylock.
Greylock's really good. Greylock is
I fucking adore it, and it's one of my favorites.
I think my biggest thing with Greylock is they need a better animator in.
Yes. Especially after that recent scene that they pulled.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking.
I know exactly what
Dog
you're
mommy.
About. Yeah, the big thing with Greylock is they've got such a talent for fucking horror telling that they just need somebody to come in and to match their visuals a bit more.
Yeah.
But also, God, there's fucking one where it's about doors and the main character gets trapped in this house looking for their twin sister. And there's a point in that which genuinely creeped the living fuck out of me. And I was really impressed because that doesn't happen much. But I remember the first ARG I ever watched actually really creeped me out. It wasn't science, it wasn't spectral. It was just an ARG about someone getting kidnapped. And I've forgotten the name of it, but it was really fucking good.
Yeah, the more realistic it is, like the more realistic the scenario, the better it can come off as. But I think if you want to delve into horrors of the unknown, you can also like pair that with more realistic scenarios. All right.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the hypothesizing episode 2. Some kids are possibly messing with shit. They come into a mansion that's supposed to be abandoned and everything's been broken down, covered in snow. Woman constantly has to fix her makeup. Who knows? That might be important to the lore. And the black cameraman has gone downstairs and opened this door, and no one's responding, and the police are, trying to get some people out there. So, something with the snow. Something about the snow. It must be important.
Must be so important. I'm so invested, Linkara.
Did they really do the black guy as the first to die trope? No, Linkara would never do that. As we saw earlier, 2 white scientists died first.
Oh God.
All right. Segment 3, City Council meeting number 1.
Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle City Council for January 4th, 1983 to order. Roll call. Thank you, Eric. It's our practice to begin by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the chambers of the Fawn Circle City Council. We have a lot of business to go over today, so I suppose we should just get right to it. The most urgent matter, of course, is the blizzard that's going to hit our fine little city and the rest of the western part of the state.
They're ad-libbing a real actual televised segment.
Yep.
From, I think, 83, because his mouth is not matching up to it. So, I mean, okay, it's cool that you got some real elements to it, and they, they're hiding it with, like, the glitchiness of it, with, trying to mask it, but they did not mask it well enough. They should have keyframed covering his mouth the entire time.
The current weather forecast says we'll have heavy snowfall tonight, a lull in the storm in the afternoon tomorrow for a couple hours, but then we're going to get hit with another 10 inches of snow. Now, we've put in a request to Minneapolis to send us some additional snowplows, but they haven't gotten back to us yet. In case they don't send them, let's get the word out to people to stay calm and not start hoarding food from the supermarket shelves. We'll have it all cleared away in a day or two afterward. Councilman Brilling, you said you had something you wanted to bring up with this?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to consider purchasing at least 2 new snow plows. Obviously, we won't be able to use them for this blizzard, but the current plows are 15 years old and starting to get a bit sluggish. In fact, I suspect that day or 2 you mentioned may be more like 3 days, given how they operated on the storm a few weeks ago. Several businesses along Mendota Street said they lost some potential Christmas business because of it.
Do we have a second for that motion?
Second.
All right, Councilman Brilling, please put together a full proposal along with a recommendation for where to buy them from, and we'll vote on it next week.
John Deere.
Will do.
Next on the agenda, a representative from the U of M campus was going to discuss the restoration work at Scotts Manor and potentially request for funding and labor with the project. Is the representative present? Alrighty, if the representative comes in later during the meetings, let them know they can approach the podium and we'll return to them. Next,
a nice
the
little
representative
touch.
from
They are with us now.
K83FC wanted to speak to us.
It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. My name is Darren Frederick. I'm the general manager of K83FC. I handle budget decisions, overall programming choices, and several other duties there. For several years now, we have been privileged to operate the station, known most around here as Channel 83, out of Fawn Circle. We've tried to provide a lot of entertaining programs to the citizens of this city, as well as providing many jobs to locals. Anywhere from electricians to actors and our original programming to just simple janitors, we're a part of this community. Indeed, this very city council meeting is being broadcast for people to watch from home, so more people can be involved in decisions involving our fair city. However, things have not been going well for the station as of late. Syndication packages for programming are becoming more expensive. We have competition as more and more people embrace cable television, and advertisers are not as interested in investing in ad space. What I'm here to request from you today is a stimulus into this part of the community. Some additional funds to help us through this rough patch as we adapt to changing standards in our industry.
Let me stop you for a second there. Mr. Frederick, how much are you asking for exactly?
7.
Carmen with some more nitpicking, which is good. Audio recording wasn't that smooth in 83, even with the supposed damage. The background suddenly filled up. There is no consistency. Yes, there is no consistency.
Well, the one thing I would like to point out that I think Linkara has done really well is I am invested. Maybe not for the right fucking reasons. I am kind of invested. I think, when he opened with the news station thing, it really reminded me of Channel 58, yeah. And I really like Channel 58. Channel 58
I
is
think
fucking
they've been.
amazing.
I can't remember if they posted something new recently or not.
Oh, I haven't checked.
Yeah,
they are good,
it's usually like a very large gap between episodes, so it's like you have to double check just to make sure you're all caught up on it. But yeah, no, it's good analog horror. But yeah, no, I as much as I am criticizing it, I like the idea of it. They should have tried to mess with the audio a bit to make it a little more sounding like it's something from the 80s. That's my big critique. I like the little pop-ups that are coming in, which might be the hijackings that they were talking about. That's my theory. For all we know, I could be completely fucking wrong.
$75,000 over the next 3 months.
Come to order. Mr. Frederick, we are not Minneapolis. Hell, we're not even Wilmar. That kind of money for one struggling business is not acceptable.
I know it's a lot, but we give back to the community in a lot of ways.
With all due respect, Mr. Frederick, I disagree with some of your assertions. You claim to be contributing to the community with your programming, but my family watches Channel 83. Most of what you show there is stuff found in syndication that you can find elsewhere.
We've had to take on syndicated programming due to budgeting issues for original shows.
Frankly, those original shows leave a lot to be desired. They're cheap looking. The educational content for kids has been, wrong a lot of the time. And frankly, I know several local actors who refuse to work for you because they're embarrassed to be a part of such terrible
projecting?
shows.
We've had to cut
Linkara's always projecting.
And most especially, Mr. Frederick, even if we thought the programming was worth investing in, your station's transmitter is very low power, and as a result, you've had several signal hijackings of late. Some of it pretty disturbing and not at all appropriate for the children of this community.
We have been investigating the hijacking, sir. And it should be noted, they always occurred late at night when kids should have been tucked into bed.
Regardless, you want us to invest a not-so-insignificant amount of money into a business like yours that is not exactly proving itself to be worthy of such an investment.
Would you be open to negotiating the investment, at least hearing us out further about this?
All right. I'm not unreasonable. Make your case and we'll discuss it. We can start
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just been informed that there have been some developments at Scott's Manor, and Sheriff Douglas needs to speak with you immediately.
My apologies, Mr. Frederick and everyone gathered today. It seems to me to cut this meeting short. Mr. Frederick, we're holding another city council meeting on the 6th. We'll discuss your request again at that time.
Of course.
That's
This meeting is now adjourned.
Wholesome. I like a good embrace.
I haven't been embraced in a long time.
Darcy Milbanks.
Yes?
I'm Carl Denby, the private investigator you contacted. You wanted to speak to me about your brother?
Yes, thank you for coming. I'll be with you in just a moment. I just need to shut down the camera feed and the audio recording, and I'll be right with you.
Alrighty. When you're ready, I do have a few things I can go over already.
Okay, so obviously something's going on to the point where there is an emergency attention to the city council meeting where they have to stop. If you step it in the 80s, keep it in the 80s. Informed, how is this 83 and had no mobiles?
Too much lore dumping. Yeah, I agree with Carmen. There's just way too much fucking lore dumping.
Yeah.
But it doesn't want to make an ARG though. You know when you watch somebody make something, you're like,
yeah, and you're like, I can do better. No, and I've proposed this to you. I said I wanted to help you write an ARG. But I also wanted it to be related to crabs because I think I could come up with something that's actually pretty good that has a relation to crabs, unironically.
Do you know what? Fuck it. We'll see how this goes. I might make an ARG. I might very slowly make it. See, okay, here's one big thing as well, and I will respect
There'll be
this.
quiet little snippets just uploaded to Cope and Seath without any
Well,
fucking
I wouldn't put it on Cope and Seed because here's the thing, and this is what Will and his channel didn't get. If you're making and I want to credit Linkara with this. I had no idea Linkara made an ARG, which is good because that's kind of the ideal. If you make an ARG, you shouldn't be like, "Hey guys, I'm making an ARG." You should just go and make an ARG.
He's also promoted. It's on his channel, so it's like.
Okay, well, in that case, fuck him. Linkara, you're a
bit
hack.
of the magic.
Do you know what? Fuck you. You're a hack, Linkara. I wonder if I could do it so like my stream got like hijacked by some or like random things came up promoting it. Do you know what? I'm interested now. I'm just interested.
You're
to
just
see if I
doing
can do
regular
something now.
commentary community and then just get hijacked and it's like some weird fucking gerbil sounds.
Fuck yeah, no, we'll have to. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, we'll have a thing. There you go.
We'll
the
have
like
a brainstorming
fucking
segment.
20 people who watch this get like a fucking
sneak
look
peek.
into me. Yeah, sneak peek to me maybe making an ARG.
It
sometime
starts
in the future.
blasting
I'd
the
like
crab
to. I'd
brain.
like to do something fucking creative like that. It'd be fun. So we'll see.
All right, so now we're on part 4, which
You're
is
watching K83.
How many
late night
parts is
movies.
this?
Huh? How many parts? We are on
yeah.
part 4 of 15.
When did he make this?
2 years ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed.
Well, then
So
again, when
fucking-
Kara's fan base has dwindled severely.
I actually watched some bad movie beatdown today. Like
Mhm.
and I was like, I wonder what Film Brain is doing. And I watched it and I was like, this is truly awful content. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, press play. Let's go.
All right, so this one's called Late Night Movie. Let's continue.
3FC. Coming up next, it's the Tuesday Night Movie, the 1951 science fiction classic, The Thing from Another World. After that, Johnson Hughes investigates crimes across the universe in a double showing of Galaxy Detective.
My favorite.
And finally at midnight, K83FC will be signing off for the day. Stay tuned for more of the best local TV this side of the Mississippi.
Wait, does Mississippi have a college that is the U of M as well? University of Mississippi. Oh, because maybe it's not Michigan. Because they mentioned the best side of the Mississippi.
Why would you ask me this? Like I have any
No, I'm
fucking
asking
idea?
chat. I'm asking chat.
Okay. Just chat. I don't fucking know.
I was just curious because, like, at first I thought this was like, okay, Michigan. I mean, that's actually an understandable setting for like, because the fucking weather here is unpredictable. So weird weather, like shit, is consistent with like a lore perspective. So with Mississippi, I don't know the shit that goes on there. So let us continue.
Alan, I love you. And I love this chance you're giving me. The air is just so much more crisp around this time, you know? Speaking of crisp, I love the sound of crunching snow beneath my feet. It's fun.
I'm pleased for you.
I'm serious, Alan. I absolutely love living where it's so cold. I know. You'd rather be spending winters in Texas or Hawaii or something so you don't have to deal with the snow and the ice and the freezing. But the air just seems so much fresher in winter. I love the tingles of a good shiver and seeing how empty everything is after a fresh snowfall. It's breathtaking. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm glad you've let me be the one to capture all this for your B-roll, Alan. Since I know you're just going to remove this audio later when you cut together the footage, I just want you to know that my answer is yes. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and share in all the... Wait, what is that over there? Hey, Alan? It looks like the area has been roped off because of a pond or lake or something, but I was here last week while you were visiting your parents. There's nothing here to rope off. What the hell? Alan, this area was closed off for me to film this. No one should be in the park right now, and it snowed last night. But there are footprints? Who was...
Pause it stuck. Okay, here's the 101 when creating horror like this. It's really simple. This would have been fine if you hadn't fucking said anything. If you hadn't had any dialogue here at all.
Or
if you
just less dialogue.
Played the clip. Well, it would have been like,
because they said this is before the footage was edited.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
we didn't need to hear her about like the oh, my answer is yes. I know you're gonna edit this. It's like I don't care. Just be like, oh,
yeah,
the air is
just be
crisp
like
today. You know, just like have them get lost.
Just
in the air.
show a roped off section and them looking around, and then go and like look at some footprints. Because if you watch like quite a lot of these, like the footage is just the footage, and then the creepy thing happens, and then the audience there has to piece together why that thing happened from the other stuff. Like, stop talking! Shut up! Oh my fucking god! Please, for the love of God, shut up. I reckon that if you took this, stripped out all the dialogue from it, I reckon it would be better. Like legitimately, I think that if you stripped out like 99% of the dialogue, this would be a solid ARG. That's my take so far. Right. And also, who are your voice actors? Because they're all really fucking annoying. Oh my god, Alan! I'm so touched that you would allow me to film your B-roll. Like, this didn't used to be here, Alan. Alan, shut up! No one cares.
Alan! Alan, I accept your proposal of marriage. It's like you just like call him after. It's like, no, we have to make this touching. He had, this is a distraught husband going through the footage and realizing, because she's obviously gonna die. I could tell this from a mile away. That's like she's gonna die or disappear or something.
Yeah.
Let us continue.
I'm sorry. The wind was just... Yeah. I know I was just talking about how I love the cold, but... Jesus. Felt like the wind chill was 80 below or something. I'm wearing gloves, but my fingers felt numb for a second there. Look, I think I'm gonna go back to the car and warm up, but I want to see where these footprints lead.
Have her take her gloves off, and her hands are black. It's so easy to do. Do black handling, Kara.
What the hell? Wait.
Please don't tell me it's gonna be killer snowmen. There's a dead body.
It's gonna be Killer Snowman, isn't it? Becca advocating for black hands. Yes, I am. Frostbitten
Look, there's
hand.
a hand right there, but it's white.
Yeah,
Shame.
well, that's racist.
No, it's not racist because the person white is dying.
Alan, I'm glad I'm empty. Alan, I love the chill. It's so cold. I'm numb. Spend the rest of your life in winter. I'm so cold. Shiver in all the empty. Share in all the empty. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
Unironically,
the snowman picked up the camera and started.
That's unironically though, that relike mix is the best audio, like the best use of voice acting in the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
So far, like that's actually a clever fucking use of this fucking setup.
Yes. Like I said, if they would have cut a little bit of the earlier, just nagging on, mention the coldest curves, have them just be a little more quiet, not so vocal about what they're doing. Just be like, have them like take in the atmosphere, like, oh, this is weird. Like.
Also, they've made the audio too clean.
Yeah.
That's a really big problem with this. The audio is way too clean.
Especially when, like, in the beginning, they said this was damaged footage. And it's like, so far, only the video footage is damaged and not so much the audio.
Just fuck with your audio a bit. It's like, make it sound fucked. I don't know how to describe it other than make it sound fucked. It's not that hard to add an effects layer of static over the audio. Anyway.
James Arness as the Thing. And it starts switching back and forth with question marks. So, hypotheses real quick. Possibly killer snowmen.
I think.
And we did see a dead body that had its skin peeled off. And they
that
did
was
say
that was a good physical effect.
Yeah, and they said this wasn't here last week. And it takes a long time for a body to decompose, especially in the cold. So maybe flesh-eating snowmen?
Maybe like oh fuck, there's a really good SCP that I really like where it's like basically like it's this ghost ship that or ghost submarine that rescues people from a storm. And if you get on it, they put you in diving suits and like flood the place. But like one of the characters in it, one of the like D class, at the next storm he's met up with by a previous D class who knows. He's like, oh, you have to take the suit off. And he takes the suit off and it's just water and teeth and eyeballs. And they're not even his. They're of like a child's and like a deer's and shit. And I thought that was really fucking good. It's just make this. You're making an ARG, make it weird. You can do all kinds of...
Especially when you do the paranormal shit.
Yeah, people will fill in the gaps as well. That's a nice thing.
So let us continue. It is called The Audio Interview with Darcy Milbanks.
Background interview for reference, January 5th, 1983. Discussion with client Darcy Milbanks
looks like she's got some attitude.
Stephen Milbanks. This interview is
and
being
she's
conducted
about
for a second time.
She's about to
the original interview
call the cops on this black
January
man.
4th has somehow been corrupted and is now unlistenable.
Why is it so important to go over this again? Don't you remember what I said yesterday?
There is always the possibility that something you say could provide a helpful clue that I need to refer back to. It could be something I didn't catch the first time we talked. I know what you're saying to me won't be exactly what you said yesterday, but please try to repeat all the information you mentioned the last time we did this, Ms. Milbanks.
Okay, I'll try. My name is Darcy Milbanks, and I'm a videographer in Fawn Circle. I mostly do work for City Hall, recording important meetings and putting together local PSAs and stuff.
And why do you require the services of a private detective like me?
My brother Steven was hired recently to do renovations at Scott's Manor.
We overheard in the council meeting.
Well, he's not a bum exactly, but he hasn't been good at keeping a job. Gets too lazy and prefers to just hang out with his girlfriend Stephanie. It's funny. I wonder if that's why he got together with her. The similar names and all made it easier for him.
Please continue.
Right, sorry. Anyway, while he's not good at keeping a job as an usher at the Cineplex, he did graduate from college last year with a degree in carpentry, so this was his chance to finally get some decent paying work for his field. He's been doing it the last few months, but several days ago he went to work and then he just didn't come home. No one has seen him or his girlfriend since then. I tried to talk to the cops, but they just think he and Stephanie eloped. They had talked about it before, but I haven't been able to find her either.
And why don't you believe they'd do this?
Stephen may not like doing work, but he's always known that he needed to do it. Our parents both died when we were teenagers, Stephen at 17. He was close enough to adulthood that he was given custody of me, and he was declared a legal adult. Since then, while he's had a tough time keeping a job, he's always made sure to get one so he could pay the bills. He would not have just up and left without a single word, and even then, he would have contacted me by now to let me know he was okay and what was going on.
Have you made any attempt to contact anyone working at Scott's Manor to see if they could shed some light on things?
They don't have a working phone up there yet, so I've had to go in person. I went twice to see if anybody knew anything, but no luck. They say he came into work one day, did his shift, and they never saw him again.
And it is here, Miss Milbanks, that I must update you with new information that I discovered since our conversation yesterday.
He is
You found something?
Yes. Sort of.
What do you mean?
I believe I found your brother's car. It matched the description you gave me, but the license plates were missing.
Where? And you didn't find him?
Easy, Darcy. Easy. I was on my way to Scott's Manor yesterday to interview them myself when I came across the car along the side of a country road. It had been abandoned, but I didn't find any footprints leading anywhere. Just a lot of snow on the tires. Probably from that storm the other day. There was a half-eaten bag of chips in it, but nothing else to indicate who it belonged to.
Why haven't you reported this to the cops yet?
That's the thing, Darcy. I did. Or at least I tried to. I drove to the police station and reported, but there was nobody there. No receptionist, no cops, most of their cars were gone. I waited for an hour for someone to show up, but nobody did.
What the hell are we supposed to do now, then?
I want you to keep trying to get in touch with the cops. Give them my number. I don't know. Maybe everyone's just busy with the
You're not listening to a black man.
I'm going to try to head
Very
to Scott's Manor
realistic.
today to see what I can find out. Though I admit that may not be possible if the road's not.
Is it recording again now?
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened to our original interview. Must be something wrong with the tape recorder. Anyway, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Don't worry.
God, I hope so. Drive careful out there.
Carmen, that's horrible. A black man walks into a police station in the 80s to report an abandoned car.
Oh my god. Fuck's sake.
Okay, so one of the scientists, I'm guessing, which is her brother, is gone missing. The police won't look into it because they think, which this is very unrealistic. The police, you know, especially if it was the 80s.
Well, the police
if
weren't
a white
there.
man goes
the police
missing.
The police weren't there. They were all out.
Yeah, they were all.
So they were all out. They were all out doing police things. Fucking play the next one. Jesus Christ, I can't. Right.
But Carmen said something else. Well, that was really funny. I didn't want to say anything. Where is it? There are a lot of black people in the media for fact that segregation ended only 20 years ago in this timeline.
Well, I just think what's frustrating is I'm kind of interested in like with most ARGs, I'm interested in the story. I'm more interested in this than the dentist robot one. And I just wish that it's like you've got this setup where it's like, oh, it's hijacking the
airwaves.
Airwaves.
And
well, okay,
it
cool.
might be also fucking with technology because the recorder was having issues.
Yeah. So just it's so easy just to insert things. Like we saw this with the town council meeting. You didn't even need to have a you could have just had a normal town council meeting, almost lifted footage from a town council meeting involving a storm, like entirely without re-recording anything, and just overlaid those inputs.
But they had to have someone go. Someone had.
You
to,
need
like,
it. They
talk
had to
about
have the law dump.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to have the lore dump. And if they stopped doing that, it would be a better ARG. It's almost like, and this is my frustration generally with Linkara. It's like Linkara is a creator who always seems so close. Actually, this is true of all the Channel Awesome people. They're so close to getting over their fucking egos and can't, and that makes the content bad. That's the problem.
So
anyway, next tape.
All right.
Next tape. I want to see.
Number
I want to see where this.
Here's what's coming up tonight on K83 FC. Coming up next is the Animators of Evil, a panel discussion about the apparent prevalence of Satanism in cartoons.
Beckett would love
Called
that.
At 7 by Space 1999. At 8 o'clock, Yuck It Up with the Three Stooges.
Oh, Three Stooges.
And at 8:30, Barnaby Jones. Stay tuned for more of the best local TV this side of the Mississippi.
It's a new year, and that means new savings at Sid's Electronics Boutique. We've got huge discounts on brand name electronics. This Panatronic twin-tape boombox stereo is now only $109.95. If you want something more portable, this Panatronic AM/FM radio is only $49.95. The Sono 500 home computer is only $199.95. And it even comes with a built-in speech to read off what you wrote.
Hello, I'm Sid.
You heard it. Come on down to Sid's Electronics Boutique just off Highway 59 and Chippewa Road.
Was that an actual sponsored ad, or?
Fuck knows.
Okay, Sid, here we are. This is the store. Using your camera to record me locking up the stores you requested. See? Here's your sign. It's your store.
Is that like Kara?
Freezing my ass off out here. Just... What, Sid? What is the logic here? You want me to prove I'm not a thief while handing me an expensive camera? Look, I guess that sucks. This is ridiculous. I'm standing out here in the freezing cold while a blizzard's going on just to prove I did lock up the store? If I took anything, I'm not likely to film myself doing it, am I? Just look at all this. Nobody's around. Nobody's breaking in to do this at night. You know what's going on? Somebody asks us about the damn computers or a TV or something, and we're all distracted, and their buddy goes in and steals a car phone. You ask any store in the area, it's the same thing. The hell, why not just install some security cameras or something, man? Why go through all these extra efforts with putting this on tape? Why are you gonna do it? Can you help me with this? Hello? Great. I'm hearing things. Look, Sid, you're the best boss I've ever had, but you've got to hire some more people. Hey, can you help me with this? Who's there? Help me with this? Sure, I can't see you. Where are you? Help me with this?
Are you a Trump voter?
Help me with this? Help me with this? Yeah, I'm following your voice, but I can't see you anywhere. It's hard to see through the snow.
Did you just walk all the way to the park?
I think it's still in the parking lot. I'm actually impressed. This is impressively subtle, Kara.
Hey, can you help me with this? Where the hell are you? I can't see anything. You can't be this far out. I mean, your voice is definitely coming from this way, though.
It's Killer Snowman. It's actually Killer Snowman. That's what he's done. He's made an ARG about fucking Killer Snowman.
Yeah. Oh.
We didn't see it move.
It's a new year, and that means new savings at Sid's Electronics Boutique. We've got huge discounts on home electronics. This Sonos CC300 VHS camera recorder and player is only $699, down from $899 originally. In the market for a new telephone? How about this combination telephone and AM/FM clock radio in one? It's only $39.95. Or if you and your kids are stuck inside this winter, how about picking up a TV Video Sports Game 10 for only $89.95? Video games, telephones, and cameras. Only the best at Sid's Electronic Boutique, located just off Highway 59 and Chippewa Road.
All right. So that episode was a lot better.
That was a lot better.
Though it did have Linkara in it, so he probably was like painstakingly looking over like, this has to be the best part.
Yeah, it's do you know what? Better though. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, I really like the spookiness of the voices, and him like wandering and being like, oh, I keep following the voice, but it keeps sounding close, and I'm looking for you, and but yeah, the snowman thing. The snowman, you could tell, was not like. It would have been cooler if they actually built a snowman, like a pre-made snowman, with like practical, like just. Even if it was like fake snow, they just built a snowman that they could just like place in front of, somewhere. So it would be more like realistic. Cause it looked like a CG snowman.
Yeah. I think that was the limits of like their filming and things. But listen, they put in effort.
It was a lot more subtle and it was a lot more creepy. I will agree that this is far better than the previous 5 episodes. But yeah, Killer Snowman. So far, making a prop snowman is easy. Probably. This is the most I've ever got from interaction with chat. I wish this happened more often. But thank you for everyone that is coming out right now. Just wanted to say that before we continue.
Yeah, like the stream, subscribe, and do you know what? If people like this, Evan and I will do more of them.
Yeah, if you guys really want more of this, I will drag his ass into doing it. I will bother him repeatedly.
We'll do daytime ARGs.
Daytime ARGs.
They're fun. They're fun. Like I like a little bit of an ARG watch through. So nice.
And you know what? Nice Beckett says he has some ones that he's seen. That he wants to like watch at some point, and maybe they're ones I haven't seen because I like the genuine like reaction to it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So, but I thought this would be a great first one because me and Beckett did talk about Linkara on a podcast, and he is a Lolcow. So I thought it would be perfect for a segment. To stream about. So.
Yeah, and there's a couple like games and things as well. There's like there's a load of really interesting ones. So yeah, we'll have that. Okay, on to the next one. So let's see where he goes.
Audio recording with Carl Denby, segment 7.
January 6th, 1983.
January 6th.
Previous recording.
Sorry.
Darcy Milbanks failed to make contact with the police.
I had PTSD. The worst thing since 9/11 in Pearl Harbor.
Police yesterday, and I failed to reach Scott's Manor due to the snowstorm. As the storm cleared today, I did make it to the police station and made contact with a Deputy Blair, the only person at the station. I was able to tell him the basics of my investigation, but he's preoccupied by the missing police officers. I admit trepidation on that topic myself. However, the missing sheriff and his staff are not my concern at the moment. Darcy Milbanks hired me to find her brother, and that's what I intend to do. I'm currently en route to Scott's Manor. Hopefully someone there will be able to provide me with some new information.
Thank you, Carl.
January 6th supplemental. I have arrived at Scott's Manor, and I believe I've discovered what happened to all the police in the city. They're all here. Or at least they were here. There are 8 police cars, and several other nondescript vehicles located outside of Scott's Manor.
Bullets can't
I've tried
stop
calling
them.
out to see if anyone's around, but there's been no response. People have been here recently.
Send in the female police officers.
I am inside of Scott's Manor now, which is overrun by snow. There are several footprints in the snow from various individuals. So far, I've been able to find some disturbing items around here. I've located at least 2 revolvers, both empty. I've found some shredded, bloody clothing, though whether that clothing belonged to a police officer, I can't say. For that matter, it might not belong to anyone, just some oily rags that look like blood. But given the current unusual situation, I am disinclined to believe an innocent explanation. The only area I have yet to explore is the basement. Heading down now, we'll leave recording on while I explore. I am now in the basement. This basement is strange. The rest of Scott's Manor is still a decrepit, half-destroyed building, but down here, well, there's certainly damage, but there are metal walls, the lights are on, and it looks like there are offices, doors. The snow has gotten down here too, but this place is like a laboratory or something, and it's in much better shape than what's above. What the hell was this? A bomb shelter? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for down here. What is all this? December 12th. Growth rate of organism increases exponentially in colder temperatures. When were they away? Oh my god. These are definitely human remains. It's like a skeleton. There's blood everywhere around it. I'm thanking God right now my nose is clogged up a bit from the cold because I do not want to be smelling this. I need to find out what the hell happened here. There. This room appears to be some kind of office. Records, maybe? Bacterial
cop shoot him.
No. Budget information? God, none of this is organized. Just give me a name for what this is. Micro cassette tapes. They should work on my tape recorder. Let's see. Yeah, good. Should have brought my own bag, but how the hell was I supposed to know I'd need it?
I've never wanted to take something and repair it so much.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, and everyone keeps saying audio is way too clean. Why don't they add distortion to the audio? You know what they could have did to get around some of the stuff is like have subtitles, just in video subtitles to help with like if people can't understand the distortion, so they know what they're saying. Like, oh, we were able to make out what they were saying in these audio like damaged audio recordings.
Just have it like. So, like, what they could do is, let's say these characters die, right?
Mhm.
Let's say that they're already dead.
Yeah.
And you could have some characters that aren't dead, and the characters that aren't dead have really clean audio, and the ones that are dead or will die through the story, their audio's fucked because
that would be kind of creepy because
Yeah.
because they've already hinted at they're fucking with technology somehow. And it's like, so their audio could become much clearer because they can manipulate it to become clear.
Yeah.
This needs an editor.
Yeah, it does. It does. It needs it's I agree. It's like a first draft. And it just needs somebody to go through
like I said,
and just be
this
like,
could have been like a smash out of the park. The earlier segments kind of crappy. But these later ones are definitely, they're ticking some boxes correctly. So I would say, like, it's decent. We're not done with it yet, but like it's starting to ramp up a bit. I just think, yeah, the audio stuff is what's kind of throwing me off, and the
it's a
they're
lot
able
better
to
than I
replicate the
expected.
video.
It's a lot better than I
Yeah,
expected.
they were able to replicate like the weird static damage video things of the 80s, but they couldn't do that with the audio, which is kind of like annoying.
Yeah.
Which is like one key feature that keeps sticking out. I mean, it didn't. It had a better effect in the previous one with Linkara. His voice did sound a lot more like he was recording from an actual camera like that. So
yeah,
let's continue.
Is this pay dirt? I've located a video camera in its storage container. Looks like it's from Channel 83. What the hell is this doing here? I'll try to turn it on and get some answers. Battery's dead. Charging cable and a spare battery. Okay, perfect. I'll take these with me.
Hello? Hello? Someone there? Someone, please help me!
Hello? I'm coming!
Oh God, please help me!
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm here.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I can see that, man. You're looking pretty bad. Can you stand?
No, my legs are buried in the snow. Can't feel them.
Don't worry. I'll carry you up, man. Oh my God. Man, your legs.
Oh God, they're gone, aren't they?
Yes. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
You have to get
Sorry
out
about
of
that,
here.
bro.
Just leave me.
No way, man. I'll carry you.
I'm gonna
Please,
carry
you
you.
have
I ain't
to
gonna
warn
let
them.
you
Hey,
die.
Help me with this? Hey! Come over here and help me with him, man!
Oh.
I need to get him to my
Hold
car
on, did you hear
outside!
that? Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, for people who didn't hear.
Please, you have to warn them.
Hey, can you help me with this? Hey! Come over here and help me with him, man! I need to get him to my car outside! Come on, man, help me here! Wait a second. You're Stephen Milbanks, aren't you? Your sister hired me to find you. Hey, can you help me with this? How are you talking without your lips moving?
Run! Run now! It's not him! No, I got him!
But...
Get out of here! Warn everyone! They're in the snow! They're in the damn snow!
You ain't got
Not
no
terrible.
legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Not terrible though.
Yeah, not
It is
terrible.
actually genuinely getting better.
Yeah.
I'm
I
pleased.
I think what happened is that these people are recording from different areas, and then the editor is having to compile all this together, and just didn't try to fuck with it enough. Definitely better. You know, I'm starting to like it more. Linkara.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
getting decent. You know, we had very low expectations.
I mean, they definitely exceed the very low expectations. I mean, it's sort of hard because I know that like part of me is like, I just want to rag on it. That would be funny, like doing the whole kind of like retro play shit. But at the same time, I'm like, my expectations are so low.
Look, they're in the damn snow.
That I'm just like, wow, this is better than your movie, Linkara. You have actually learned something. I wish you'd shut the fuck up a bit more. But other than that.
Okay, so hypotheses. They're in the snow. The person that he was looking for. How are you talking without your lips moving? So it's not just the snowmen. So
No, I think what it is you remember we saw that body with that like no skin.
Yeah.
I think that what happens is like they flay people and steal their skin, and that's how they catch more people. So like it's like empty husks with snowmen inside, and then they steal your skin.
I had a
and then
theory
that's how
about
they-
that too, because like they showed the snowmen, but like they also showed the peeled flesh. But obviously, you know, previous people that have died are becoming it. What if like the flayed flesh comes back to life and they use the snowmen to conceal themselves, but now they're learning to put skin on their body or something? I don't know. Maybe. You know. But yeah, no, this is becoming a lot more interesting. Linkara, I will give you props for that.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's not it's not as bad as I expected.
Yeah. Segment 8, the city council meeting number 2.
Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle Council for January 6th,
He's got the same
1983 to
guy.
order. For the sake of brevity, I am waiving the roll call and the Pledge of Allegiance so that we can complete the meeting as soon as possible.
Oh, hold on. You get,
According to what I can...
That's very un-American. Wavering the Pledge of Allegiance? Unpatriotic.
There's a storm coming. There's a storm coming, Evan.
I don't care.
Oh my god.
If the mailmen have to go through sleet, snow, and rain, you can say the damn Pledge of Allegiance.
Play the fucking video.
See, all council members are present. May I have a second council member confirm this?
Second.
City clerk, please make a note of it.
Mayor Troy
We all would like to get out of here as soon as possible
right
before
now
the
it's not
storm
being
hits.
hijacked.
As such, I am striking items 7, 9, and 10 from the agenda to instead be discussed at our next meeting on Tuesday, January 11th. These would be discussing the funding for repavement of Mendota Street this summer, the report on how the new after-school sports program is proceeding, and the petition to open a Kmart store in the vacancy next to Sid's Electronics Boutique on Chippewa Road. Any opposed to this postponement? Then we will discuss these topics on the 11th. Let's move into the agenda. First and foremost, Minneapolis has sadly denied a request for additional snowplows. They want to keep them on hand in case the blizzard turns and hits them, but as soon as the storm is clear, they'll send them out to help with the cleanup. Preparations need to be made to prioritize emergency services to be plowed first, the hospital, the fire station, that sort of thing. We'd like to coordinate with the police on this, but apparently somebody decided not to pay the phone bill because there's still no word from them. Unless the representative from the police headquarters would like to speak up. After the conclusion of this meeting, I'm going to head over to the station to find out what's going on with them. If the police aren't here to conduct their duties, we should just move on. Now, I believe Mr. Darren Frederick from Channel 83 wishes to address us again and update us about the signal interruption.
He's being way too cool-headed about it. Like,
yeah,
the
we've got
police
no
aren't picking
sign
up.
from the police or
They've been
anything
very
else.
quiet.
Fine.
I'm sure
Probably
they're just, you know, goofing. They're
I'm
playing
sorry.
a prank.
You're not a town. You're a city. You're a city, and you've got no contact with your police. Fucking what? Like, wait, what?
That should be a major fucking red flag, and there should be immediately like militias forming at that point. If something is taking out your police, you need to create a night watch or militia.
I don't know if people know this, but generally speaking, with emergency responses, even to sort of like environmental stuff, like, you know, like, I don't know, serious storms and things, the police are like an intrinsic part and will often be one of the key leading people in like leading like disaster meetings and things, because even though their predominant thing is going to be concerned over looting, breakdown of public order, they're sort of like tend to be the most regimented of the emergency services.
Yeah.
I can only speak for Europe. I can't speak for America, but I imagine it's pretty similar before you bring the military in.
Yes.
If you're facing a major environmental situation and your police are missing, that's a major fucking call for concern. It's not,
And
hey, it's the police representative
if that
there. It's
happened,
like,
the National
hey,
Guard would probably show up within hours if
Yeah.
something like that was to happen. Carmen makes a good point. It could be fun if they played it like the mayor was trying to calm the people down by pretending it isn't a big deal. Yeah, if we had some like people like freaking out that the police aren't responding, like he has to address it, but also trying to be like, hey, like, let's not lose our heads over this. But it's way too calm when people should be panicking about the situation that the police aren't talking. So, let us continue. This is getting interesting, but like I said,
it is.
There are plot holes that do nitpick at this, but let's not dwell on it. Let's continue the episode.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. I'm Melinda Norvik, the creative director at K83FC. I know Darren was supposed to speak to you today, but he was sadly unavailable. I've been asked to speak on behalf of the station instead.
Go ahead, Melinda.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to take this opportunity to explain to you all why we've been having so many problems with the signal hijackings. For instance, the one that we had with someone seeming to be filming outside of Sid's Electronics boutique. When we receive material for commercials or shows to be broadcast, it's reviewed by our editors and producers to ensure that it complies with state and federal guidelines for transmission. Now, the signal hijackings occur because somehow someone has a transmitter stronger than our own and uses it primarily during late night, since the late shift at the station has so few personnel. Now, after Darren appeared before you, we decided to have several producers on hand to oversee that night, and we've continued to have more personnel on hand to watch what happens and do something about it.
If that's the case, Ms. Novak, why was there still a hijacking? Why not just cut the broadcast for a few minutes given it's so late at night?
And that's what I was getting to, Councilman. We can't just shut off our broadcast, because they're still broadcasting their transmission at the same frequency. We have to stop it by increasing power on our own, which is more expensive, hence one of the reasons for our stimulus request.
And we'll discuss that more in a minute. Please, continue.
Well, this is where it gets strange, Mr. Mayor. As I said, we had several producers on hand to observe the hijacking in progress, just in case someone at the station was helping them or anything. When the hijacking occurred, we quickly got to work boosting power enough to override their signal. However, when we reviewed the tape of the material we were supposed to broadcast during that time, we discovered something odd.
Define odd.
The transmission the hijackers sent somehow replaced the material on that tape. And before you ask, no, nobody was recording the hijacking on it. The material of the hijacking somehow burned itself into the tape on its own.
It sounds to me like you have a practical joker at your station, Ms. Norvik.
I'm telling you, council member, there's something strange about all this. I personally was the one who inserted the tape and pulled it out again. Nobody hit record. The tape was just changed somehow.
Rather than worrying about ghosts, let's go back to the issue of stimulus funding. Quite frankly, even if we were to consider this, $75,000 over 3 months is ludicrous. If you want to proceed forward, you'll have to be a little more realistic in your...
Uh-oh.
Please, everyone, remain calm. It seems we might be ending things a little early today if the power is out.
What? What is it?
The snow. Look!
How was the snow covering the doors like that? The blizzard only started a few minutes ago.
No escape.
It's got to be just on the doors, right?
No, we're buried. We're completely buried.
Calm down, everyone. Calm down. We'll call 911 for help and try to start digging out of here.
We'll
Darcy,
call
shut off
911
the
that we
equipment
know
and call
isn't
the police.
responding?
Right.
There would be more shouting, I think. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
if everyone's fucking covered in snow. So my hypothesis hasn't changed. Killer snowmen.
Yeah, killer snowman.
Uh,
It's okay. Oh fuck. There's this thing that happens as you get older and you get into career jobs. And it's not just Linkara is not just guilty of this. The best way I can put it is this. Have you ever watched like a Hollywood film and they're talking about like businesswoman character? And businesswoman character is really busy because she's got to give the most important pitch meeting of her career so she can get promotion to corner office.
yeah.
That. So the reason that happens is because a lot of people in Hollywood have never worked in like a real job, like career salaried like position, and they kind of do this because it's a very natural human thing to do, because that's how their world works. You're like trying to get a movie made, so you pitch that movie, and like that's like the most important pitch, then your film gets made.
Yeah.
Really similar thing to this, in that Linkara has never had a real job before that's like professional. You don't go into any sort of meeting with an affair. You certainly wouldn't have a meeting like this and be like, there's a thing that's odd. You like, if you're a career professional, you'd be like, yeah, we'll be honest with you, we're experiencing some really strange technical stuff. We haven't got to the bottom of it yet, yada yada yada, because you don't overcommit yourself to anything. And those little things, whenever you start seeing them happen, really fuck me off, and I can't get over them. I'm like, holy shit.
That's understandable. So yeah, killer snowmen or snow walkers. Oh, Aaron, welcome. Wait, what about the Lightbringer?
Oh my god.
Aaron, you'll actually love this. Don't you can just watch back earlier in the stream. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. So okay, number 9, recovered mini cassettes.
January 6th supplemental. I finally made it back to my office. Unfortunately, it would appear that I will not be leaving again anytime soon. It has been, 2 hours since I fled Scott's Manor and what appeared to be Stephen Milbanks. The blizzard hit earlier than anticipated. It must have started while I was exploring the basement, and it hit hard. The road had whiteout conditions, and I almost slid out of control on at least 3 occasions. The amount of snow at the office made it difficult to even open the front door, and it's only getting worse. I have not had time to process what happened in the basement of Scott's Manor, and am attempting to do so now. Once inside, I attempted to call the police once again, without any answer. I also attempted to call Darcy Milbanks, but I only got her answering machine. I told her to meet with me or to contact me as soon as possible. Her brother is... I don't know what her brother is, but when I punched him, it's not like I was punching a man. He is very likely dead, and I need to tell her that. I'm going to start charging the camera battery and play the tape in it when I can. In the meantime, I've also got these microcassettes and papers that I took, and my spare recorder to listen to them on. Hopefully there's something here that'll help.
Several of these tapes were recovered. In most cases, they were not distorted beyond repair and cannot be listened to. Some were of mundane scientific data recordings with no apparently useful information. Those that seemed to contain meaningful information are presented here. The man who recorded these tapes has been identified as Dr. Robert Chandra. Dr. Chandra has been reported missing for 4 years.
September 14th, 1982, Dr. Chandra reporting. Serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, Entry 2. We've been setting up the lab facilities under Scott's Manor for 3 days. Dr. Matthews says that he'll have the specimens transferred here within the week, once the primary holding tank has been completed. The life forms that we recovered, well, if you can call them life forms at their size, more like bacteria, really, seem to be attracted to crystalline structures. Given their growth rate, we hope to have something to report within the next... December 17th, 1982, Dr. Chandra reporting, serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, Entry 39. Finally, I have something of interest to report. I am proud to announce that we have made contact with the life form. The method of contact is, admittedly, a strain on the life form, so we have been unable to maintain conversations for more than a minute or so at a time, but it proves they are intelligent. They've discerned our alphabet and language, though I'd say it's probably at a K1, K2 level at the moment. We were able to wire a personal computer into the incubation chamber and use the text-to-speak functions to hold a conversation. It's amazing. They actually hear me and communicate. This was the first transmission we got from them.
Hello, you are Dr. Chandra. We are the...
So, oh, it's almost over.
Damn it. There's a branch from a tree outside, scraping against the window. I'll move to a deeper part of the office away from that.
We're in the home stretch now.
Oh. I goofed up. Hold on. 10.
We're in.
All right, so they've made this bacteria that has, as you said, attracted itself to crystalline structures like snow, which may understand why we have snowmen. And they're able to communicate through tech, basic text-to-speech stuff. So,
seemingly,
yeah.
That's again, it's an intriguing premise. I will give Linkara that if he came up with it. Anyway, let's see what. Fuck you, Linkara, you're a hack. Right, come on.
Medicine Lake Campaign Grounds infomercial.
We're in the home stretch now with K83FC's late night programming. At 11 p.m., we pay the bills with some paid programming. And at midnight, we close up shop with the end of our broadcast day. Stay tuned for more of the best local TV this side of the Mississippi.
This winter, spend the weekend at Medicine Lake. What can you do at the Medicine Lake Campground? Ice fishing. Fishing shacks available for rent. Stargaze, watch the aurora. Aurora Borealis. Search for Stephen Milbanks.
See, that's good.
Bleed. Rent one of our luxurious cabins. All cabins feature electricity and a roaring fireplace, and at least one king-sized bed. The premium. Covered garage hot tub, full kitchen, 2 bathrooms, 2 king-size beds, and a game room. The economy. Hillside view, hot tub, half kitchen, 1 bathroom, 1 king-size bed, covered porch. The Embrace.
Interesting. See, it's a lot better.
No windows, no doors, collapsed roof, no heat, silence, no escape. Our old home. Education, patience, adapting. A start language opportunity. This must be from the cells. Our new home. I just got a little bit of a chill.
Yeah, it's good.
The red will become white. You will be like us. It says in the very bottom, like the marker thing. All right. So this is very interesting. So what? So they said the new home is the bodies.
If this whole thing had just been like that, like Linkara's clearly watched enough ARGs to like this is very much like aping the style of I've forgotten the fucking name of the series, but there's one particular series where basically this new fucking like kind of like this flesh moon appears, and it's very like this. Like that's almost an exact rip of one of their episodes. But if it was just that, I'd have like, do you know what? There are bits of this where I'm like, fuck, there are good things here. It's frustrating.
It's like you said. There's one thing that I've never wanted to repair so bad.
Yeah.
All right. So segment 7 or 11. Fuck. City Council meeting number 3.
All right, everyone, please take your seats. I have some stuff I could tell you now. Good news and bad news, I'm afraid.
Aaron says I was expecting a
Immediate
Doug Walker
good news,
jump
as you can
scare.
tell, is that we've got the emergency generator working, so we have heat in the building. That being said, I'm asking you to limit your movement for the time being to this room and the restrooms. I don't know how long we're going to be here, and we need to conserve energy. We have food and supplies for a few days, but hopefully it won't come to that. We managed to get in touch with Minneapolis and a few other neighboring towns and have informed them of our situation. They're going to try to get out of here as soon as possible, but the blizzard's hitting them just as hard as it's hit us.
What about the cops or the city snowplows?
Easy there. Our snowplows are in the same predicament, trying to clear paths in order to get to us. They should be able to be in the next few hours, but that brings us to our first bit of bad news. Councilmember Burling.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We've been trying to dig our way out of here through one of the back doors, but it's very clear that it doesn't matter where we try to leave. We're not going anywhere. The building and the parking lot are almost completely covered in snow. There's still plenty of ventilation for the building, but... I'm sorry. Our cars are completely buried. I'm sorry, but I can't say. It's very possible that they may never run again.
Rest assured, we will do everything in our power to help you if your cars were damaged by this storm. Maybe that'll be monetary compensation, maybe some tax relief, I don't know. But we'll figure that out later. We're just going to focus on trying to get out of here so we can all go home.
Fortunately, Ms. Norvik from Channel 83 has gotten in touch with her station, and help is definitely coming.
The station has a snowplow used for clearing out the station parking lot, and it's on its way now. In the meantime, we're still transmitting to them. Only audio to conserve power, and they'll be kept apprised of our situation.
I want to thank Channel 83 for this generous help. Rest assured, when this crisis is over, we'll be most grateful, but we can discuss that later. In the meantime, we need to keep ourselves occupied, try to pass the time, and stay warm. We'll be distributing blankets and... Oh my God, Deputy Blair!
Give him some room! Give him some room!
Blanket on him. He looks like he's frozen.
Oh, no.
Deputy, are you okay? What the hell happened?
How did you get in here?
Window. Managed to get it open. Came down here looking for help.
We've been trying to get in touch with the police department for days. Where the hell has everyone been?
Where have they been? Where have they been? They're at Scott's fucking Manor, where you told them to go!
That was days ago.
They never came back! Their cars are still fucking out there! I found Sheriff Douglas's badge in a snowbank covered in blood! You fucking sent them out there to die!
I did. I sent them to investigate it. That's all. I need them to find the scientists after that signal hijacking. The city needs the funds from that operation.
You know what was happening out there? Do you know what happened to my brother?
If he was out there, then he's dead. They're all dead.
Oh my God, Linkara.
You don't know that. Where is he, Mayor?
No, I know they're all dead.
It was going so well.
I came here because I was chased. There were things out there. Things made of snow. They had human faces on them. They chased me until I got here. We need to shut all the doors and windows before they get in.
Are you insane? What the hell are you talking about?
Those things were in Scott's Manor. They'll be coming in here soon if we don't.
Stephen, you're alive.
No, get away from him.
Stephen, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Where have you worried.
That is not Steven! Look at his arms! They're made of snow!
Steven, I missed you. Steven, say something.
Hey, can you help me with this?
What the?
He somehow managed to ruin something that was going so well.
Yeah.
that
Didn't
acting
need to,
was
didn't
so
need to
bad.
have Linkara at all. Didn't need to have Linkara at all. If they just had Steven, if they just have had, I don't know, someone go, hey, there's somebody out there clearing the snow, and then it was Steven, and then you had the same audio, and it's like, hey, can you help me with this? And then the scream would have been good. Would have been really solid. Fuck, is there one more? How many more are there?
I think there's like 4 more.
Fucking God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recovered mini cassettes 2.
January 7th, I think. It's morning now. I can hear tornado sirens out there, but I think it's quiet enough in here for it to work. After the glass in my office broke, I tried to cover it up as best I could, but there was no way I was staying in there. Fortunately, it looks like the other offices in this building are cleared out. Everyone took a 3-day weekend on account of the blizzard. That's going to be hell to clean up. And unfortunately, it looks like the heater's not working as well as it should. It's not freezing like it is outside, but it's not exactly warm either. I lost a bunch of those tapes when the snow blindsided me. I just hope the remaining ones are still useful. I've also still got the camera, so hey, maybe we'll finally get some answers.
December 27th, 1982, Dr. Chandra reporting, serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, entry 46. We're back from Christmas, and the skeleton team reported nothing unusual from the life form. It made a few inquiries about where I was, and the team explained about the holiday. What we've been focusing on today is actually an interesting ability that the life form has: manipulation and influence of ultra-high frequency bands as well as magnetic media. They're attracted to the ultra-high frequency bands in particular, moving towards transmitters that are utilizing it. We think it may be a form of sustenance for them, and in the process of manipulating the field for consumption, they were actually able to alter the transmission to create images.
So so when the doctor left, he said that they gave them inquiries on what Christmas was. What is Christmas about? Bringing people together.
Oh God.
So maybe they're trying to amalgamate because like they've heard some great things about Christmas, a winter wonderland of sorts, and they misunderstood it, and they're creating like this weird pseudo shit that's going on. Maybe, I don't know. I just thought about that. It was,
When we tested it with them, they did a rather impressive likeness to my own face. It wasn't static and, like their initial communications, almost akin to a child's drawing, but it was impressive nonetheless. However, what is somewhat more concerning is their manipulation of magnetic media, like tapes. I lost an entire entry this morning because whatever they were doing to manipulate the transmissions affected a tape that was nearby. It is totally garbled. Hello again, my friends. Could you wait a moment? I'm trying to finish something.
We want to know about you. We want to know about your mind and your thoughts and your blood. It is not like us.
I know it isn't. We can discuss these things at our scheduled talk at 3 p.m.
Very well.
As you just overheard, the lifeform's speech has been improving, and it has lasted for longer periods of time each time we communicate. Still, I'd like to put in a request for new insulation and barriers around the test area. Dr. Giroux said that the experiments with the UHF frequencies affected the TV in the break room, so they must have incredible range with their abilities. I'd also like to start having my reports transcribed in case they accidentally damage more tape recordings.
Hey, can you help me with this?
Yes, Dr. Matthews, just a moment.
Thanks for the help, bud. Hey, wait. Is that snow? Who the hell tracks snow down here?
December 30th,
Interesting.
1982.
Yeah?
Dr. Chandra reporting. serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, entry 50. I am growing increasingly concerned about the life forms. This morning, they were able to somehow spontaneously generate small amounts of snow on the other side of the lab. We think they somehow took it from the water molecules in the air. When we tested the snow that they created, we found trace amounts of the life form inside it. We suspect that they can transmit themselves through the UHF bands. Dr. Matthews thinks they may be attempting to leave the lab. I strongly insist on expediting the installation of frequency jammers and insulation to the first week of the new year.
Dr. Chandra.
Yes?
What is God?
What is God?
January 2nd, 1983. Dr. Chandra reporting, serial number 9X... Look, is this really necessary?
I told you, Chandra, just put it all in the report. I don't have time to listen to every tiny little thing that's concerning you about this project.
Dr. Simmons, this is not a tiny little...
That sounded like smuggling Kara. I told you. That's the first thing I fucking thought of. Oh, God.
Thing! You've seen the same things I have.
It's snow, Dr. Chandra. It's not dangerous.
They're projecting it out everywhere in the lab.
But it hasn't been able to go past the lab now, has it?
It's not just that. Look, a few days ago, I got a question from them. What is God? I tried to answer them, but they've been quiet until this morning. Do you know what they finally said to me after all that time? It is we.
Well, their opinions of themselves are about to take a rather big hit when all that snow melts.
True, yes, but the snow can do other things too.
What do you mean?
After the message, I took a closer look at the snow near the incubation chamber. The shape and look of it were crude, but unmistakable. It was my face, Dr. Simmons. They were imitating my face in the snow.
What are you trying to say, that these things are dangerous?
Yes, damn it. I'm saying that these things want to be us.
Oh, Dr. Chandra, you will be like us.
What the hell does it mean by...
This is way past my pay grade. Fuck the blizzard. I'm getting out of this town. I'm going for help. I'll take the camera with me. Might have some evidence to prove this is all real. Darcy, I hope your car's got gas. Mine's almost out. Help me pack this up and I'll explain everything on the way. You're not gonna believe this, but some weird shit was happening at Scott's Manor. I don't think your brother was directly involved, but... well, there's no way to say this, but I think... Darcy? Darcy, why are you just standing there?
Thanks for the help, bud. Thanks for the help, bud.
Shit!
Thanks for the help, bud. Because now they can erase it. They can erase everything that's been recorded so they can spread it.
You know, look, do you ever see the film Pontypool?
No, I don't think I have.
It's like the virus spreads through the like the airwaves. It spreads through language.
Yes, and then they had to speak in different languages to communicate. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, I like things again. Like I like the idea behind some of this shit because it's creative, it's interesting, it's got that nice separate feel to it. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of, where it's like an audio playback. It's there's an episode of Doctor Who where they're in a space library, and like the last thing that there's a recording thing. So when the characters die, the last thing they're saying gets repeated over and over by the things that now inhabit their spacesuits, and it's got that same sort of feel. I like it. It's good. It's probably where Linkara ripped it off from. Anyway, let's continue.
Or the whole fucking nanobots that would make the gas masks on faces and repeat the phrase, "Are
Yeah.
you my mommy?"
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this one's a very short one. Winter warning.
This is William Ferris, coming to you from Channel 83's Weather Forecast Center. We're sorry to interrupt Dusty Harp's history of jazz, but the state of Minnesota has officially declared a severe weather warning to the following counties. Do not attempt to leave your current location. The blizzard's intensity is harsh, and the temperature is expected to drop into the negatives. Snowplows and salting vehicles are currently working to clear the roads, and it's considered dangerous to attempt to drive in these conditions. We are expecting a whopping 20 inches of snow from this blizzard, and the less people there are on the roads, the easier it will be for emergency services to get around and do their jobs. Fawn Circle is expected to get hit particularly hard, so if you're not home already, please hole up in whatever shelter you can find and try to ride out the storm. Do not attempt to step outside tonight. We will return you to our regular programming in a moment, but we'll keep the weather warning display on the bottom of your screen until the current emergency is... We're sorry to interrupt. Leave your current location. Step outside. We will return you to the snow. The storm is shelter. The storm is home. Step outside. Tonight, the storm is coming for you.
You will be like us.
It was good. It's solid.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Short.
I think it's one of those where, like, we already know what the mystery is, and we know what they are. So
now we're
everything
seeing
else
the
is just
after
the
after effects.
Yeah.
And with it being a winter, they're going to spread throughout all of Mississippi because they're going to carry themselves through the storm. So it's going to affect everywhere. It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Video recording from Carl. So the private investigator.
Tape recorder back to the office. Hopefully this thing has enough juice to last a bit for now. My car's completely buried in the snow and I have no idea where the hell I'm going now. Or how to get help. Just going to keep walking for as long as I can. Hopefully find someone out here.
Something must be close because the
I start
camera's
randomly
acting
pounding
up.
on doors for help.
Kind of like that
They're not
Silent Hill shit.
And frankly, it'll all sound crazy anyway. Just gotta keep moving. Just gotta keep moving.
Here comes a storm. Hey, that's blackface. You can't do that. myself.
Still better graphics in this fucking movie.
Yes. All right. The epilogue. In the days that followed, expeditions to the town by rescue workers and law enforcement found it almost entirely covered by snow. Several survivors were found, but none who were directly involved in the recovered footage. The survivors were only able to corroborate the severity of the storm. Many were only barely able to stay alive after the power and heat went off. Damage to the infrastructure from the town from the snow has forced those survivors to leave what was once Fawn Circle. When the snow melted and the law enforcement was able to enter the town and explore, they found only bits and pieces of human remains along with the damaged recordings. If the beings in the snow were real, they seem to have melted when the weather warmed. It is unclear why they didn't expand beyond Fawn Circle, save for the dormant theory among scientists that they were not able to go far from the UHF signal. The University of Minnesota denies any involvement with the research team at Scott's Manor. Of course they did. They also denounced any blackface that happened during...
Yeah, they denounced any blackface like fucking snowman, okay? Jesus Christ.
Well, let's see if there's any...
Okay, let's go to the end.
Season's greetings. Drown in us, open your windows. We are million needles in your skin. Join us to be preserved. Our roar is forever, but the silence is peace. Way to ruin it, Linkara.
Well, that was certainly.
So that was the
that was certainly.
And he has a DVD trailer.
Jesus fucking Christ!
We're sorry to interrupt.
No, I don't care. Well, that was certainly something that is made and was put on the internet. Fuck my actual life.
There was so much shit that was good and could have been better.
Yeah.
But he definitely fumbled a lot. And, you know, like I said, it wasn't terrible. What I was prepared for. There was some Linkara-isms, as I will point out. But not completely horrible.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Anyway, this has been fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And die. We should do this again though. We'll find another ARG to watch.
If chat, if this gets enough likes, you know, I could actually ask my editor if he wants to do a supercut of this and just kind of like do some fun highlights of it. Because he might be interested in that, and then I can have that as main channel content. For people
subscribe to Evan.
Yeah, subscribe, like the video. Time to show myself real quick. I have a Patreon. Any videos that come out, you get to get access to a week early, and whatnot, and it helps. It helps make my editor want to do this shit faster and pump shit out more. Like I said, a lot of the work goes on him because he's the one that's slapping it. He's like the chef. I'm the sous chef, though I own the channel and I also do the live streaming. But I pay him good. I do pay him good. And the jokes are my own. You know, it all gets approved by me in the end. So if the jokes don't work out, you know, I always tell him, hey, throw this in, change it up with this, stuff like that. But again, Beckett, thank you for actually, like, you know, humoring me with this idea. I know I had to like sweeten the deal with it being a Linkara analog horror and all.
No, it was good. It was good
but yeah, no, this was very fun. We have a lot of chat, you know, messaging and stuff. I didn't have the chat box open in this mainly because for the analog stuff, I want it to be more atmospheric. You know, you don't need a scrolling chat box while you're doing it. Normally,
scrolling chat is overrated.
Normally I have chat up while I play video games and stuff. Just so, you know, their jokes are always, you know, put on display for everyone. So if they say something cringe, it'll always be there.
Maybe we'll play maybe we'll play, because I can see Aaron. Maybe we'll play some Warhammer because the new expansion's coming out, and I kind of want to be the new dwarf.
You're gonna have to fight Aaron with that one because Aaron loves the dwarves.
Either that, or I'll just play the Changeling again and ruin you all. Anyway,
they need to nerf that fucking.
They really do. Mechanically, he's just very broken. Okay,
it's just broken.
I will say good evening to you because I need to go and get ready to do a recording. Thanks, buddy.
Yes.
Have a great evening, all. Thanks for having me on. In a bit.
Thank you for being here, Beckett. All right. So, chat, thank you for showing up. Like I said, it's not going to be as long of a stream, mainly because I had trouble sleeping last night, and all that. But again, this was really fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, you guys are going to be the reason if this continues, if we have, you know, Tuesdays of reacting to analog horrors that we find, whether it's obscure or something that we like and want to share. And you guys maybe got some hints to possible analog horror creations in the work. Who knows? It might just be false hopes because Beckett's got a lot on his plate. Yeah, no. I really enjoyed this. Don't expect me to be on camera often. It was mainly for the reactionary purposes. Because I do not usually show my face very often. Unless it's like a debate or something, or whatever the fuck. This is the second time my face has actually been shown on cam. And everyone, thank you for showing up this evening in our little adventure into Linkar's analog horror. Tune in next time for your usual program of streaming a video game and me probably yelling at it very angrily and just rambling about dumb shit. Because that's what I do. And we'll see if, like I said, if you guys can get, you know what? I'll set a goal. If this gets enough views and enough likes, and you guys share this with your friends and all that, because I will cut out the intro, like the music part. I'll keep in the banter and whatever in the beginning. If this gets shared enough and gets enough love and attention, chat interactions, subscribers from it, you will force my hand to have to do more reaction analog horror content with Beckett. This is how it works. How much is enough? I will say if I can get a subscriber growth of at least 30 new subscribers, including today's count, I will include today's count, and at least 70 views or more, and not just clicking on the video, and I'm talking like watching lengthy periods of time, at least 10 to 20 minute mark, because I am going to share this with some other people who weren't able to make it because they're busy streaming on other stuff. You know, I will force my hand. I will start doing more reactionary content to stuff, because if you guys enjoy that kind of shit, I'm going to push the kind of shit you like. I mean, the main channel stuff will still be game reviews, some rants, I'm not going to turn into Wendigoon. I'm not going to do, well, this is the breakdown of Winter of 83. And then, you know, all that shit. Because that, you know, I'm not Wendigoon and I don't want to steal a shtick. And maybe one day I'll get to meet Wendigoon. I would love to meet him. He's a great content creator. Iceberg Boy is great. But alas, it is time for me to head out. Thank you again, everyone, for all your support. For everyone who has supported me since the beginning. I saw Jay's in chat. He's been a very old supporter of this channel for a very long time. So everyone who has stuck around for the long time and seen me evolve, you guys mean a lot to me. And you know, it is one of the reasons why I actually get out of bed, is because some people find me entertaining, and they want to watch me goof off, be an idiot, have interesting conversations, and whatnot. But again, thank you guys, and like I said, I'll probably take tomorrow off. I want to spend some time with my grandma on her day off, but then I will come back Thursday with another video game thing. We'll probably play some more original Fallout. So that'll be fun. But until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.